All right. Good Sunday evening to anybody who's watching, and welcome to Frenzy Freestyle Sundays on Children of Primus. And we are two of your many hosts as usual. My name's Anthony, that's Spin.
Yes, good evening to everyone. Good evening to you too, sir.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Spring is starting up, and as spring starts up, that tends to bring with us a new Transformers line.
Yes.
which which
Yeah.
which is the subject of the show. And it's a good time to talk about it because outside of stuff like Lift Ticket, which is like Generation Selects, Legacy's not out in Canada yet, but it's starting to appear in the U.S. So it will be very shortly be on our shores.
Okay. Yeah,
We're
because
just on the cusp.
nice. I've seen a few posts, including one from Calvin of stores, I believe Target, where they have been getting like a large amount of stock in of the Legacy line.
Yeah, I tell you one thing right now for any new line of figures. Your wave one is going to be super easy to get. Everybody gets it in large quantities.
Okay.
So if they're like, get these guys early for scalper prices, like do not bother. They're going to be super common.
Well, usually what classifies for like for the first wave and then the second wave and any waves after that?
uh, well, everything that's coming out right now, right? Like the first set of cores, deluxes, voyagers, leaders. Like even the official terminology like uses these. It's literally companies order the product, and after a while, the product refreshes to a different one. Uh,
Mhm.
and wave one tends to be really common because anybody that's just starting to order a new line, that's what they get.
Right.
Um, and then the tail enders, the people in later waves, like the near the end of a line, those tend to be hard to find just because like a lot of it depends on stores having like sold through and having actually ordered them.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, which is why with Legacy, and they did this before in the previous generations lines. A big chunk of the first wave is just stuff that's also in the final wave of Kingdom, just thrown into new boxes because a lot of that stuff from the final Kingdom wave is probably pretty rare. Like I haven't seen it up here.
Interesting.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's a we always end up with that issue of what's available in Canada and the U.S. Um,
yeah,
which I'm guessing for some, primarily in the U.S., they would end up with that issue of here's a new wave of this new line, but it's
hmm
like characters that I've already gotten in the previous wave of in the in the last wave of the previous line.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, and like what they're doing here at the first wave of Legacy, and they did this in Kingdom and stuff. It's a really nice attempt to circumvent that
Mm-hmm.
because like I don't care if like obviously I want to get the little tiny hot rod because hot rod and I'm like I've never seen it here, but I don't care because it's going to be in the first wave of Legacy anyway, so if I missed the Kingdom one, whatever, right?
Right.
The same figure, they just put it in a new box.
And I think I seen someone post someone had posted the hot rod figure.
hmm yeah, I'm really interested because I heard it's like I said, the only one of these core guys I have is the tiny wonderful Soundwave. So I'm interested in seeing how anything else from this little line shakes out.
Right. Which I know we will mention later on the exclusive list of which characters will be coming out in the legacy line.
Yeah. Um, how do I explain? So it's not like from one source. These are just from a Discord group I'm a part of that compiles all the leaks from all across the internet, right?
Okay.
And at this point, they know like which sources tend to be accurate. Like one source is known to know somebody on like the Hasbro side of the design team, which is how they get this info. So like the list is compiled and it tends to historically be accurate because it's like they've been doing this since like maybe Titan's Return, I think, and they all these lists always turn out right. So
Okay.
while I will say take it with a grain of salt, it's not a very big grain of salt because it's typically correct.
Which I guess the question is, has Hasbro or HasLabs have they done their usual Friday release of mentioning these characters that are coming out, or is that still something that's upcoming for them?
Some of them have been done, some of them have not been done. Right,
Mhm.
um, like. One of the things you can even see in the little header image there is Legacy Blitzwing, right? That's technically that hasn't been officially unveiled by Hasbro. Like the the YouTube people that get like early leaked things just have that guy shown off. But there's another
Interesting.
reason we know that's right because these lists I have are kind of old now. Blitzwing's been on there for a long time before he showed up there.
Okay, cool.
Captain
Good evening,
Subnani reporting
Professor.
for duty. How are you doing, gentlemen?
Good
We're
evening,
doing good,
Professor.
but why are you wearing an ensign shirt?
Uh, what? I just don't have Captain Picard's uniform is red.
Yeah, this is true.
What makes this an ensign shirt?
I think at some point I seen an ensign wearing red.
Yeah, I think they switch it up.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of ensigns in yellow. When I think of Ensign Anthony, I think of him in yellow.
The Sciences Division, probably.
Is science
Uh,
yellow? I think science is blue. Science and
I
medicine are both blue.
well,
or no,
Data and LaForge were yellow.
Okay,
oh
so
yeah,
I
but
don't. So
they're
it
more like
doesn't relate
operations.
to anything.
Yeah. I remember they said they put Data in yellow just because his makeup looked better with yellow as opposed to the other colors. So
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
their out of
I don't
universe reasoning.
I don't know of any consistent thing. The reason I said science officers are blue is because
Mm.
Spock wore a blue uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess
So
depending which version of Star Trek, because Deanna Troy wore blue,
Mm-hmm.
for for Next Generation.
that why would you say it matters which version? That doesn't contradict what I said. In fact, that works. Sort of medicine, counseling, science is blue.
Well, they flipped them around in the 24th century. They were reversed in the 23rd.
I don't. I think you guys are missing the point. I think that when you're an officer in Starfleet, you just pick your color.
That would be an
It's optional.
interesting way of like,
It's like,
hey, do you want to wear red or do you want to wear yellow? This doesn't affect
yeah,
anything. It's
yeah,
just
it's the
your own.
same
That's
uniform. You just get a little bit of variety. Like they realize that just because it's military, it doesn't have
Mhm.
to be so goddamn drab. So
Worf just
thanks for to
shows
figure
up in
that
red
shit out.
one day.
What?
Worf just shows up in red one day.
He does. He did, right? He
Yep.
switched.
oh yeah.
Hmm.
He just decided he liked gold better.
No, I think he switched to. Did he start in red?
Yeah, he was red in the first season.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
So
it's not like he
welcome
got a
to our
promotion. He just changed the
welcome to
color.
our Star Trek YouTube show.
How's my sound?
Oh,
Perfect.
it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure that it's using the headphones. So tell me if it gets quieter if I walk over to the other side of the
Yeah,
store.
yeah. You faded out.
So while D is working on
No, I was just checking to see if it was using the mic on the phone or my earphones. So obnoxiously, it's not using the mic on the earphones. Anyway, let's see.
well also a good evening to Calvin, who's joined us on YouTube in the chat. He said Blitzwing is coming out. Target exposed the listing.
This little scamp logged me out by standing on the keyboard. That's where I went.
That's twice now.
Yeah.
She needs her own show.
Yeah. Anyways, where were we?
Well, I was mentioning that Calvin on YouTube mentioned that Blitzwing is coming out. Target exposed the listing.
Yeah, that's where some of these leaks come from because people will just search on store computers and find listings that are, you know, usually they just have the figures' names straight up, and then they'll have a code that says what line they're a part of and stuff.
Mhm.
So that's where some of these come from.
All right, cool. So I know,
But yeah, that's one source of this type of stuff.
and the other source for anyone else just getting into it, childrenofprimus.com on our Frenzy Freestyle Sunday, where we will reveal other characters that will be released in the Legacy line.
Mm-hmm.
While we're waiting for everyone else to jump on, sorry, you're going to say something?
No, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, all right. So while we're waiting for everyone else to jump on, we're going to jump through some of the news of the week.
I bet there's a few things that have come up. I would say I know what goes on during the week, but I'm not terribly online on the weekends except when I'm on here. So if things happen over the weekend, I don't know about them until they come up here usually.
That's funny. I mean, usually with how my week has been, it's like I'd say in the last few months, I'm not sure what's happening in the week or on the weekends. So I'm kind of finding out like today as well.
Yeah. See, I didn't know about this, but this makes sense. I love it when they do these like mini documentaries about developing figures.
There we go.
Oh, that's a nice screenshot. Shows you how close they got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, there you, oh yeah, okay, so yeah, it's one of the Hasbro designers on their Instagram account showing off some of their work.
Nice.
Yeah, I always like when I always like when like the design team shows behind the scenes processes like that. That's one of the things that's been really good about the like live streams they'll do, like the Fan First Fridays and stuff, because the designers will just be there to chat about the process whenever something gets unveiled.
Right. Anthony has also
The
mentioned the Fire Ant is coming to the Legacy line for the Queen royalty.
Yeah, Inferno's on the listings as like a Wave 2 figure. Even without the leaks, given the fact that they were 2 off from completing Beast Wars, everybody just sort of assumed they were going to put him in the next line anyway.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, he's been posting on his Instagram account like parts of the design process. It's real interesting stuff.
Okay, as he mentioned, let's see where we go. We have images for a Studio Series Bumblebee, Movie RC, Wheeljack, Bronze, Soundwave, Ratchet, Ironhide, Starscream, Thrust, and Shockwave, as well as comments and trivia about the design process for each of them.
Yeah.
So that is...
It's always nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because traditionally it's most toys and action figures have not been good about giving designers credit. So it's good that these ages we get to directly know who's involved in what and what they did.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, what other news do we have for today? Wait, we'll come to that one after. There we go.
Hey, speaking of this thing. Oh yeah, that's the exact matchup that's why I get in Laser Prime, so we can match up against that guy.
Nice.
Yeah. Speaking of legacy, like that's the thing that I'm most interested in this line. Leader class Laser Optimus Prime, just because I had the original G2 guy. I got him for Christmas in the 90s.
Okay.
And he's a torso. I don't have him here. He's a torso now. Nothing else of him survived. Like an upper torso.
I think we've all had such characters, like parts eventually just go missing.
Yeah. So I'm all for like, and I've gotten a couple. He's gotten a couple updates between here now and then, and like, I've gotten them, but they never quite got it right. But this guy looks like they finally they have everything there. He looks correct. He's got his base. He's got his sword. He's partially made out of the Earthrise Optimus tooling, which was already good.
Okay.
Looks really strong. And yeah, I have that Megatron. That's Generation 2 Megatron. Of course they're going to be, facing off against each other.
So he's called Laser Optimus Prime. What series is he from?
Generation 2. He was one of the last releases in the line.
Okay.
And he was called Laser Optimus Prime because he had a light up gimmick with his fist could make his sword glow, and the laser rods were like a subline that could all do that.
Okay.
The fist could make the sword glow, and they didn't carry over any LEDs here. But this is leader class.
Yeah, it's leader class. It does the Earthrise Optimus thing because he comes with a trailer base that's barely visible there.
I would say, given that this is a remold, we're talking about repaints. The other week, I would say for the price point that they charge for leader class these days, and then the fact that these are, what do you call this, Voyager scale? Like a lot of the leader class, they're not really big. They're he's like a Voyager scale, and then the justification is plus a trailer. So given that this is a repaint, I think what they could have done if they really wanted to homage this figure and do it for the fans is they could have included LEDs in those fists.
Yeah, maybe.
That would have made the repaint worth buying, or a remold. It's not really a remold. I guess it's a remold. The shoulders are a remold, right? But the whole body, the whole engineering looks identical, right?
Mm-hmm.
So shame on you, Hasbro. You could have done.
Doesn't have the little light up gimmick anymore. I will say it is mostly a new figure. The legs are from Earthrise Optimus, and everything from the waist up is new, and the trailer is new. So it's basically less of a retool and more of they reuse a couple bits.
I disagree. I'm fairly certain that Matrix is above the waist, and I don't think it's new.
Oh, it's actually a different tooling. People have compared them side by side.
Damn, I guess you got me. What about the head?
It's also new. You can't see it really well there, but they sculpted it to specifically resemble Laser Optimus more than G1 Optimus, which is similar but a little bit different.
Okay, all right. Props
Hasbro. Flared antenna and stuff.
Hasbro, I give you credit where credit is due.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little different. He's got flared antennas and stuff like that.
All right.
Spin. I know you like Power Master Prime.
Yes.
Do you like this figure? Would you buy this figure? If this figure was in your collection, would you throw it out the window?
Wait, hold on. If this figure was in my collection, the one that's currently on the screen.
We're talking about Laser Optimus Prime. Keep up.
Yes. And you said Power Master.
I know you like Power Master Prime. I don't know how you feel about Laser Optimus Prime. So I'm asking you, A, B, or C. Would you buy it? If not, would you keep it if it was in your collection, or would you just be like, yo, what the hell? Optimus Prime didn't have no laser other than its cannon. Get out of here with this. G1.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with G1.
G1. Get out of here. He carries a big black cannon. He's not Cyclops, okay? What the hell?
Does Cyclops generally carry swords?
Not Tron. Oh, he's just this is a little wimpy guy with the I got a laser. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Tear your ass up, son, Logan. Stay away from my girl.
Well, let's see. Anything else we shall say about this character?
Well, just that I'm eagerly awaiting it, just as a fan of the original. Hello, Calvin.
Good evening, folks.
We're just talking about Laser Optimus Prime, which is my most anticipated thing from Legacy.
Hey, just knock them both over.
All right, let's jump to some more news.
Mm-hmm. Always with the super deformed things.
Jeez. Anything to make money.
Yeah.
You know, just-
Well, stuff like this is for the people that like are kind of like, that was a show from the 80s. Maybe I'll put one thing on my desk. You know, like that's the level of casual that stuff like that's for.
That is wow.
bookend statue.
Oh, bookends and a statue. Oh, so I guess the split Autobot symbols is bookends. That's not a
Okay.
bad thing. You could make a nice display of like comics or trade paperbacks and put those on the bookends.
A DVD set.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nope, not on the keyboard. She booted me off stream before by walking on it.
Yep.
Bang, bang. She shot me down. Bang, bang. That awful sound. Bang, bang. She shot me down. Bang, bang. My baby shot me down.
I want to see if you could get one of those plastic bullets to just hit the camera dead on.
Bam! I have those too, because this is like, the encore version or whatever. So I do have those. Look out! I don't know. I've showed you guys this before.
Yeah.
It's got like all the speckles in the handle, the brown handle. It's pretty. Like, I just love this gun. It is so fly.
Dang.
Yeah, that is very cool.
The paint job on this is just so good. Literally, like, I had a friend of mine who's ex-military was over here a couple of weeks ago, and he saw it sitting there, and I have it sitting on a wooden box, and he totally thought it was a real gun, like, until he picked it up. He like went over, and he was like, "Yo!" And he picked it up, and he was like, "What?"
They're actually fulfilling their function and being in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, for real. G1 Megatron, does he not deserve like the award for the name any Transformer other than him, maybe even from any line, not even G1, where you could actually mistake the toy for the real thing? Maybe Soundwave.
Soundwave would be a close second. The only other ones I'm thinking of are the original Diaclone lines that Megatron was in, because I had
the rest of the
other gun.
Yes.
I wonder if any of the device label stuff counts, because that actually, the whole gimmick there was that those things were working equipment. Like they did a Soundwave that could play MP3s, and they did a Frenzy and Rumble that could be headphones. So I don't know how in disguise they were, but
right,
they
the cassettes. Yeah, the cassettes could fool people. At least the Laserbeak and like Buzzsaw, but not so much like Rumble and Ravage and Frenzy.
Yeah. Totally. Matter of fact, I really could illustrate the point right here. Give me a full screen. Like, if you had that sitting in a case, it just looks like a real micro cassette. Yeah. You could be cool.
Especially like answering machines, like the early answering machines from the 80s. Like you put that cassette right beside the one from the machine, like it's identical.
Yeah. They did do it identical size. And you totally now Blaster, I was so irritated when I found this out. That Blaster initially, the micro change version, it would go with Soundwave. So this is what anybody who is watching doesn't know, the one we said is a close second. So this is like, we're giving this number one as could be mistaken for the real thing. And then Soundwave is what we've agreed is number two.
Yeah.
So you could, back in the day, he's not ejecting. But you could mistake him as well as that cassette. Anything else? Did you say? No, I thought he said. Yeah, I don't know what the things are that you mentioned, Anthony.
Device label. It was a Takara line from like the 2000s where the gimmick was that like everything changed into real like bits of equipment. So they did a Soundwave
Oh,
toy that
right.
was an MP3 player. Yeah.
Right. So I think if you guys remember what they looked like, it seemed like Iceman. You were nodding your head when he was talking about it. Like, I'm not sure if it will qualify because it is the real thing, but then again, I think like some of them like look really stupid, so it's obviously not like a regular set of headphones. But maybe the CD player that seems to ring a bell. Like, did that look enough like a Discman or something? Do you guys
Pulling up
remember?
images?
You talking about the Walkman?
Did they have a Walkman? I remember.
Yeah,
I think they
a
had.
Sony Walkman version of Soundwave.
That really
Okay.
worked. That played actual cassettes.
I think they had something like there was a smaller one,
Nah,
but
it was
it
an
looked
MP3 player.
something similar to that. It looked realistic
It looked real. Yeah.
back in the days. You could
Yeah.
tell them apart.
Yeah. So again, it's Soundwave, right?
Yeah.
So like another version of Soundwave.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm guessing Anthony's looking that up. When
Yeah. What do
others
you got?
are
What do you got?
scrolling.
What do you got on the screen here? That looks kind of cool. I hate the paint, but I like the sculpt. Well, I hate the lack of paint.
That's another leaked Rise of the Beasts figure, like a gimmick one. That's their take on Bumblebee. We've seen his prop car, so this is like an exaggerated version of that. It's like his Camaro, but it has like off-road stuff added to it, presumably because they're going to like Peru.
That's cool. Man, I look forward to the masterpiece version. If it looks like the real car, right? Which I mean, that's what.
Ooh, there he is.
Yeah, so that's music label Soundwave. That's the one that was a working MP3 player.
MP3 player, yeah. That
Nice.
looks pretty
That's
clean.
impressive.
Yeah, but the thing is, you wouldn't. The reason why it doesn't really fit our qualifications, as cool as it looks, is that during the time when MP3 players were a thing, right after iPods, and then we had all the different shape MP3 players.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't pass for one. Right.
Yeah. You see,
so it's a cool gimmicky thing. I would definitely buy it, but it's not fooling anybody.
Yeah, let me see if I can get the other one up here. Yeah, those were the Frenzy and Rumble headphones they did.
You know what I would have loved, and something that I think about making, like for instance, for Children of Primus, you know, if we ever do our JLR Justice League robots, you know, third party. One of the things I've always wanted to do is a working Perceptor with like a good microscope.
Yeah, not just a one-times lens.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Which you could do nowadays. Like we could manufacture it. Everybody, each one of us throws in 10 G's. You know, we could get it manufactured in China. On Amazon, they sell these electron microscopes, not electron microscopes, but electronic microscopes, which are basically like, you know, phone camera lenses in a in a microscope form. So that'd be good enough. And those are like $30 or $50. So wholesale, you get it made for $10 plus the, you know, the plastic of the figure. So you do that. And then I really always wanted, when you mentioned that they made a Walkman, like I always wanted them to make, and I would like to make myself now, both a blaster and a Soundwave that actually plays cassettes.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
it'd be so easy to make. Like I don't know, you know. I guess by the time that they had the idea to make it, by the time they had the idea to make the MP3 player, of course, cassettes were passe and they weren't even sort of vintage cool as they are now.
Which I mean ties in with the Soundwave MP3 player, where it's like, you know, it's a cool concept, but by the time that Soundwave came out, MP3 players are like the size of a thumb drive.
Right. So, here's a question, you guys: do you think now, given how much money people of our generation, broadly speaking, are spending on nostalgia consumables, consumer goods or collectibles, do you think that a sound wave that played cassettes from the 80s would sell? Would people buy that now?
I think they could be convinced to as a one-off thing. Though cassettes don't have the same kind of music format nostalgia boom as like vinyl does, so that might be a bit of a challenge. Cassettes need to come back first as a nostalgia thing. Then they can make a Soundwave cassette player.
Right, exactly. If cassettes were like booming, if you go to Target and then they had a rack of cassettes rather than the vinyl that they have now, then you could sell a Soundwave like hotcakes.
Okay, but now take that idea, take a 3D printer and design a transforming turntable. Since vinyl has had a comeback multiple times.
It's not economical because of the size. It would be a Titan class. It'd be a Titan class figure. Well, I guess you can do a Titan class figure, but
how much does a Titan class figure go for?
3P or first party?
A couple hundred, I think.
What'd you say, Anthony?
It's a couple hundred, I think, at this point.
Yeah. So in the U.S., the Titan class figures go for like 160 U.S.
Yeah.
So in Canada, that means they're 200 something.
Right.
And third party is generally speaking double the price. So, like for instance, the Metroplex, the Hasbro Metroplex, that was $200 retail when it came out. The Make Toys Utopia, $400.
Jeez.
Oh,
and Make Toys Utopia was shorter. Like it wasn't even as big as that Metroplex. That's why that Metroplex is so sought after, because of the height. Even though the third-party version is, of course, way better build, detail, all that kind of stuff. So you pay double the money, but you do get a smaller figure.
I'd just like to draw attention to another cool device label thing that they did, which was a Ravage that was a working USB drive.
Yeah, I remember that. Like
that, I definitely wanted that because it's something you could use. And I remember when I looked at it, I was like, I bet you it's going to be something stupid like 8 gigs or something, or 4 gigs.
I don't even know what it was at the time.
Yeah, who knows? But
I bet it was small. But I would buy that. I would definitely buy that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was they made a few of them. They did like Cheetor and Tigatron repaints. They just really gave this mold like a spin because I guess it did well.
What year was that? It looks good too. That that the head sculpt there looks like it would give Masterpiece Ravage a run for its money. It might be better. Is that jaw articulated?
Good question. I think
it is. I think it's yes. It obviously is the way it folds in, and you could see that.
What year it was.
Oh, let me see Blaster.
Oh yeah. So this was not actually a laptop. It was a USB hub that just looked like a laptop because they didn't have like mega laptop levels of money in this line.
What do these go for on eBay? I like that.
I know the Soundwave was expensive because like that was people's classic Soundwave for a while, just because of when it was released. I'm just looking at when these came out. Device label. This was 2009, so this is kind of old now.
That original Ravage art is so good.
Yeah.
Like gives you good feels when you see it.
Yeah. Device label Tigatron.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What do you got there?
I like it in those colors.
Oh, that looks good. Let me take a picture. Nice. Let me see. Let me take a picture. Oh, sorry, my camera was backwards.
Oh, there you go.
You know how that happens, right?
Yeah.
You got the wrong camera feed.
I was gonna say like, whenever I'm messing with like other screens, I can't see what's actually happening on the live stream. So I just took you like at your word about taking a picture because I couldn't see what you were doing.
No, it's interesting. Is there a version of Reflector that's really close to fooling someone? It's funny we forgot that character.
We did forget Reflector and some of the third party Masterpiece scale versions I don't think they would fool anybody, but like they're close. Like maybe from a distance, or maybe in the context, you stick it with a bunch of other cameras, or you're in space where you're expecting to see a camera. Then you might see it.
As long as you don't look at it from the back.
Exactly. Yes. But if you want to pull it up, I'll tell you which ones, Anthony. Fans, probably the highest. I'll rate them in likelihood that I think there's 3 of them: Fans Toys, KFC, and Make Toys or Mate Toys. So I think Fans Toys is probably going to have the most premium paint job, and therefore, are they not on TF Wiki?
No, they don't cover third-party stuff.
Okay.
Damn.
Oh, we should make a third-party wiki. We should make a third-party TF Wiki.
So that's the Make Toys one there. It's not a bad camera.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, like that one's not bad.
I think you could definitely mistake that for like a kid's camera, disposable camera thing. If it was in the right time, the right place.
Let me look.
And that's the one that I have. So while you're looking at it here, let's do another thing. Go back to that picture 1 sec.
That would fully work as like a my first camera type of toy for a young child.
I got a question for the 3 of you. Look at the robots. That's Make Toys robots. Okay, I want to get a vote from you guys for these 3. So we're going to vote on which camera looks the most real of these 3 third-party companies, and which bots look the best to you. Which ones look the most tune accurate? Which of these 3 would you pick if you were buying a third-party reflector? So this is the one that I have. Tell me if you would have picked another one or if you would have picked this one. So next one is KFC.
Yeah, find a good image. Try to find something with both modes, because I want to see the camera, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because you guys are voting on both. Most likely to fool someone with alt mode and bots. Which ones would you add to your collection? And which are the most screen accurate?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a believable camera.
Maybe even more so. What do you think?
Yeah.
Is it more believable? I don't know.
This one's got a better looking lens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the lens does give it more of an actual camera look.
I was thinking that the side, kibble gives it away, but that could look like a door for an SD card.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think KFC. I think KFC is looking more real to me. What do you guys say? I like green. I like that green lens, but I guess a camera doesn't have a green lens. This lens looks really cheap if you look at the lens itself.
Yeah. I like this one better, the Make Toys one.
Yeah, I'm going with the first one.
Or the Fans Toys one.
We haven't got the Fans Toys yet. Okay, Anthony, don't get it all mixed up, all right? Well, Lottie's not here to jumble everything up, so we can actually do like a straight vote. All right, so
what's the one that I haven't pulled up yet?
It's Fans Toys, but we didn't get Iceman's vote. Is he frozen?
Nope.
Okay, so give us your take. What are you saying about the camera?
Man, I really don't like KOs like that much.
None of these are KOs. This is all third party.
Yeah, knockoffs.
They're not knockoffs. These are original designs.
They stole my ideals, so I get to sue them for it. I like that one.
All right, you're one of these Hail Hasbro guys. I didn't realize it. What's that?
Of course.
Well, of course. I don't know about that. But anyway, but you can still vote on which camera looks the most real. That's what we're voting on.
I like the third one. The third one looks better to me.
This one right here?
Yes, sir.
I don't
If
know.
you actually-
Those legs at the front, does that look like a real camera?
If you sit it down, a kid wouldn't even recognize it. Some adults may not recognize it. Now, if they made like a black version, like these guys, they gave like a little tint or something to them, it'll look like an actual camera.
Yeah. All right. So what about the robots? If you're voting, so basically, Iceman is saying trash to all three because it's not official.
Just pull up a better picture of the KFC ones. Just better.
That would look good too.
Yeah.
Oh, and it has the tripod. That maybe that gives it the win. I think I'm voting KFC. I'm voting KFC for
fried chicken
for camera. Yeah, that's the name. That's the name of this company.
Yeah, I think I like the first one best.
Down for the stairs too.
I like this one here as a camera the best. I think it resembles like a real thing more so.
Yeah, it does.
Well, you know, it's interesting in terms of the time frame of the toy release. Considering these are ideas from like mid 70s to like 80s, whereas if they came out with this now, for sure, like those characters, the camera would have been black and the robots would have been black. Comparatively, since the majority of cameras we see out there are black or dark gray cameras.
Well, actually,
it would fool even more.
The original, take a look here, full screen again. The original was black and gray.
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing. Oh, I realize I'm missing the lens. You just stick the lens on there.
Oh no!
But yeah, the original coloration. I had forgotten this too, but the different colors are on the bots themselves, which the back looks terrible. But from the front, when you put that lens on there, maybe if I find it here, maybe this does get a better pass.
It does.
Yeah, once you, because I think even the flash on here looks pretty realistic. Let me find it, and it will come back to me. But anyway, so who are you voting for the robots, guys?
Honestly, this first one looks the best to me overall. The one that I got popped up right there. There's that guy. There's this guy. This guy's kind of a little bit too bulky looking.
And
these guys are good.
Like, I think the proportions with the fans' toys, I felt like Reflector in the cartoon, he was kind of short and stubby, and the Make toys, they carried that over. I think both the fans' toys and the KFC, they sort of made them look taller and thinner, and I just don't think that represents the character the way I remember it.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think?
Yeah. Like these ones aren't bad, but I think I like these ones the best.
Spin, you gonna vote?
I'm going with the first one. Just the overall design and how the robots look. Like it's between the other versions, that I'm liking the first one the most.
So you guys all co-signed my initial choice for the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say my favorite one was the ones I have, which are the War for Cybertron ones.
Well, that's a good way to live life. Is your favorite ones being the ones you have.
Yeah,
treat your family like that. That's my family advice for the day.
I'm trying to get the damn cable out of the way.
Speaking of family, Bill from Facebook has said, "Good evening, mates."
What up, fam?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Once I get this camera stabilized, I'll build the.
So also says,
you bought that
many
set.
reflectors.
Yeah.
Wait. No,
I have many reflectors.
Not the latest ones?
Wow.
No, these are the ones they released during Siege. They retooled them to be like toy accurate and did them in a 3-pack.
Yeah. So okay. Oh, so I don't have those guys, but look what I have.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was gonna try and build the camera.
Iceman, do you have these guys plus the Siege versions?
On-screen transformations.
I think it's a dumb question to ask him if he has anything that was like ever in retail. He appears to have like everything that was on retail. So.
Of course. I'm a collector, man. That's how it works.
All right. I'm gonna test you. Give me full screen spin. Okay, so bro, I know you got this guy, right?
Yes, I do.
But what about this dude?
I got that dude too.
Challenge.
This guy. This is so Anthony. You know what this is?
That's a scrap face.
Yeah, the Netflix guy, Netflix
Yeah.
repaint. So generally, so again, I should have mentioned this on repaints. Like, I'm not a repaint fan, but like
Right.
some of these Netflix repaints,
Yeah.
like this is like fans' toys looking paint. Like the way that shines, like these were totally worth it to buy.
Yeah, yeah.
And he works in my G1 collection because you remember. Yeah, Bill, Bill on Facebook says, "Can he come on?" Of course, you're always welcome. It's all family. So what I was saying about these guys is something that I wanted as a kid was all the Decepticon clones that were in those first few episodes. You guys remember they had the Seeker clones and they had a lot of extra reflectors that were off color here and there. So even though that's not what this toy was designed for, I think that's a really good use for it, as well as Anthony. Those guys that you're showing on screen right now. I'd love to have them just to have like a whole army of different colored reflectors.
I'm just trying to remember how they go.
Does anybody have I've never seen anybody with pictures of that, of like a whole array of reflectors. Iceman, it's too bad that you don't unbox your figures, because you could do like a really awesome reflector display, given that you got this guy plus all the ones that we've mentioned that are mainline.
Yeah, hypothetically, the way these guys are built, because you put them into cube shapes and then you just connect them all to each other. So you could make a camera that's like really long.
Yeah.
Like a
That's
submarine,
crazy.
a sub camera.
Yeah.
A party. I mean, like a party sub camera.
Well, here's an interesting thought. Thinking back, if we try to get into the mindset of the toy designers and the concepts of what they were designing, which then, later on ends up being Autobots and Decepticons. We look at Reflector, the Insecticons, what else? The Seekers, and then also between the sweeps, the Decepticons seem to have more of like multiple figures, where you've never seen that in the Autobots, with the exception of I think it was like the Cloud Raker, and I don't remember his brother's name.
Fastlane.
Yeah, Fastlane and Cloud Raker, but typically it was more Decepticons that had like multiples of characters, of identical characters.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know why that is, right? Because, well, you said the toy designers.
Yeah, like thinking in terms of like, what were the designers thinking back in the late 70s and 80s to...
Well, remember the designers, but the designers didn't make Decepticons and Autobots.
No, that's correct. I mean, that went later on after the toys came out.
Right.
So good evening, Bill.
So they picked the toys that they were going to import. So there was like all these, toys that they were licensing from Takara, and of the line that Takara had, they just selected certain ones. Ooh, that's fucking good, right. Bill. Oh, he answered our question with the reflector display.
Yeah.
Okay,
there's also 12.
Okay, wait, hold on, guys. He's got all three of the cameras that we were just talking about.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, so let's look at them now. We got side by side. Now, tell me, which one are you most likely to be fooled by?
As far as what?
As far as like, okay, so Bill, if you were going to try to fool one of your kids or a family member or a friend into thinking it was a real camera, which of those ones would you try to use?
This one right here. It's the
It's
the one that's the most solid. It's the camera guys.
Which
That's
company?
the one with that tripod on it.
Yeah.
It looks like all three have tripods.
They all three do have tripods.
but the one you pointed at, what company is it?
Oh God, I'd have to find the box.
Okay, well, Is it make? So I can tell you, there's Fans Toys, KFC. Is it the Fans Toys?
I believe it is fan
Yeah,
toy.
it is. Look at the legs on the front. That's no. I think it is the Fans Toys. I think that's Fans Toys. The next is KFC, and then the other one is Make Toys.
Yeah, looking at that is the most realistic looking to a camera from the lens, and then also the flash, like that.
Ooh,
Like that
look at
looks
that.
like LED flashes.
It's got that It's got that extended lens, which we didn't
Yep.
see in the picture that we first pulled up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that extended. Oh, wait a sec. That's Make Toys. Look at the green lens.
Okay, then make toys then.
Okay, and that's the one that I have. It's funny that I don't even know. It's the one that I have.
Wow.
And that's the one that we all voted on unanimously as the.
Nice.
So we all have good eyes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Boom. Yeah. So Make Toys.
Yeah, that's an impressive one.
It's funny because most of the reviewers, so people did like Bobby and lots of other people did comparison reviews, and most of the reviewers selected Fan Toys or KFC in their collection. Most of them did not select the way we all did, but all of us agreed that this is the best looking one. So clearly, we are the best reviewers on YouTube.
Mhm.
Children of Primus.
Well, of course.
G1.
Just building these cubes. Yeah, I've never seen somebody attempt to make like a giant camera because you just these all have the same sort of design and they all just snap onto each other. So you could.
Wouldn't it
keep
be
this
more like
train
wouldn't it be more like a caterpillar? It's like a caterpillar alt mode.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know that movie? Is that what it called? That movie Caterpillar? With a guy
You talking
like
about the human centipede?
Human
oh, that's what I'm trying to say.
centipede.
Yeah, it's centipede mode. That's what I'm trying to say. Centipede mode, not caterpillar.
Well, it is 8:58. Almost so 2 minutes away from 9 o'clock, and then we can jump into our main topic of the legacy line. So just before we do that, we have 2 more quick news items to share. Now let me just get this on the screen. Which I found this one was kind of funny.
What the French toast?
Is this Transformers related?
Is that the fish?
Yeah, it must have been the April
Transformers?
Fool's thing that they did.
Hot rods. Oh, hot rods fish. I can't
Yes.
believe. Is Olati coming on today? Because this is a Sopranos joke right here.
Yeah, he should be on shortly.
All right, I'm going to save it.
Oh,
You remember
yeah,
the song? Bill,
Yes,
you're
sir.
a Sopranos guy. Yes?
What?
Are you a Sopranos type kind of guy?
No, I don't have internet or anything, so I've never watched anything on cable.
Oh, wow. Calvin,
Yeah,
Sopranos? You're a Sopranos guy.
no.
Oh, wow. We can all still be friends. You better not tell Orlati, you guys. He's gonna. That's his favorite. That's his second favorite show after Transformers.
All right, so
Let's move on.
My dad is.
our last news item just before we jump into our main topic. And there we go. Is
Ooh. What's
I
with
love it.
that?
Nice.
Oh yeah.
It's Samus from Metroid.
Yeah. I'm doing Transformer stuff, but I figured maybe once a month I'd try writing about a different figure I collected. So I did a write up of the Prime 3 Figma they did a few years ago, which is one of my favorite non-Transformers things ever. It's just like a really high-end Samus Aran figure. I took like a ton of pictures.
Nice.
I just
the scope looks
decided to
good.
show
I
off
feel like
games.
the paint. I feel like the paint on that Metroid figure could look nicer, but the sculpt looks good. What do you guys think?
In person, it's like real nice looking. It's nice and metallic and stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, I did
those
see
look
these
impressive.
pictures. I saw these pictures. I like them. Are these like well articulated?
Oh
Anthony?
yeah, no, Figmas are insane. They're like Yeah,
That's what
I was,
they're
I
known
was saying,
for. Yeah.
Figmas are insane. Yeah, they're like known for their articulation. Like I went nuts in this gallery just trying to show off like everything they could do.
But that's what I
Well,
thought.
maybe
That's
not
what
there.
I remember.
Like the
I remember
first
hearing that about Figma, but I'm surprised. I'm not really seeing that. Like usually when they pose like that Optimus Prime you're talking about, they do all these crazy dynamic poses to show that he can really do all that articulation. But you're not seeing any of that with
Yeah,
these
well,
Metro figures.
yeah, well, keep going. I just start out light and then I go nuts later.
Wait, is this your review?
Yeah, it's my review.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Spin, you did a bad job transitioning. I thought you were just showing news.
Ah.
So I had a good Saturday.
Were you working on the collection room?
Oh yeah, the collection room. Oh, you weren't here for that. Yeah, I need to take you around and show you this stuff. But Saturday, Target restocked.
Oh, well, that's right on. Hey, and look, it's 9:00. Spin, are we ready to go into our legacy conversation? Because it looks like Bill is ready.
It looks like Bill is ready. Anthony, what do you say for
Yeah,
your review?
Bill has a store in his house right there.
Read it.
Oh, you haven't seen nothing yet, Bubba.
You missing two?
Listen, I got a question for you, Bill. Do you have a cot or a sofa in the room there where I could just crash when I come over tomorrow?
No, well, when we come over here, this room's got a full bar and a table and pool table, video games, and
Okay, so I can just sleep behind the bar, because basically I'm moving in.
more than welcome,
Oh.
gents. More than welcome.
How about this? Can I just build myself a shack in the back of your house and I'll just put my transformers there and then we can build like a passageway to go between the two transformers?
I've got 5 acres, man. We can build you a full house.
Okay,
Nice.
listen. I'm packing up and I'm coming. All right, text me your address when we go offline. Here's what I'm gonna do, Bill. Calvin, the guy thinks he's that I'm joking. I'm gonna show up at his house next week with a shipping container.
Hey,
And I'm gonna
it can
paint the
happen.
outside like Optimus Prime. And then the inside, I'm gonna turn into a little shipping container home. And my whole will be in Bill's backyard.
We got it, man. We got you hooked right up.
And if you ever get tired of me, Bill, it won't be that hard to haul me off your land. You just got to call Hauler. No, not Hauler.
Huffer.
Nice.
Yeah. Puffer or pipes, either one.
Yep,
Right.
Huffer or pipes.
Yeah. Yeah, either or.
Hey, I got a question for Bill.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Hey, when you went to Target, did you have any difficulty trying to find that Laser Prime and Galvatron?
According to the person that I talked to, we have not received one yet.
You know the reason why, right?
Why's that?
They put the two DPC numbers together. They put them all together. So it's a hack that somebody did with the Target website. So whoever did it, they did it so they can get the figures. And I had a manager this weekend pull them off the shelf because they don't match up with the DPCI number.
Oh,
Some
so we
really
didn't get
nice
drag
stuff.
strip either at ours. The only thing that we had was skids, kickback,
Yep.
RC, and then when I had her looking through the numbers and everything, she said, "Oh, we've got that one." And she went in the back and she came back. She went back for a blaster for me. She came back with bulkhead and blaster, and said
Yep.
these are the only other boxes that they had.
Man, it's so complicated. Like, why is it so hard to buy a retail
Sweet.
figure? Oh, that looks good, man. Spin. I don't know about your whole G1 thing. I think I might want to buy that laser Optimus once I saw that box.
Yeah. It's got some great art.
The box looks like it has LEDs built in.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the boxes do look impressive.
Look at that. Look at that. This is like candy. You just want to eat the box. You know what, Bill? You know how you said you got video games in there? Like, doesn't that art, like, it's so that neon, it really like gives an arcade kind of vibe.
Yeah, the bar is going to be an arcade. The bar side this is the whole upstairs of my house. Is one half of it is the bar, which is where I'm at now.
Wow.
Nice.
Over in this corner, I have 2 stand-up arcade games. I have the Ninja Turtles with all 4 controllers.
Ooh,
And
Nice.
the Pac-Man Deluxe has 42 games on it.
Do you have Double
that
Dragon?
Once
Sorry,
the grid falls apart and
Double
things
Dragon
go left,
and Star Wars.
you go in his
order.
house.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm going to build a custom cabinet for the Star Wars one where you actually sit down like the original was. And we're going to put that over here on the side beside my classic record player.
Spin, what were you saying? We talked over you.
Oh, I was saying, Bill's house is designed that, like, when society goes left, you just camp out at Bill's. So, like, you don't have to go outside.
This is true. The upper floor is completely zombie safe.
Nice.
But it's not just like, look, my house is the same. But I think there's just a little more fun to be had at Bill's house. At least, you know what? There's doubles. So, like, we could all be there and everybody would have a toy to play with. We wouldn't have to fight over anything.
And we all have a gun, too, here. I have quite the arsenal as well.
Well, I don't think that I'm going to try to challenge the numbers. I've got a couple here, but if judging by looking at my collection of Transformers, your collection of Transformers, I think probably if we looked at our gun collection, we'd see a similar discrepancy.
Well, mine's more quality than quantity. Yeah, I like the classic big guns.
But you said that each one of us would have one, so there is sufficient.
Oh yes, yes. I have 3 30-06s and 2 30-30s.
Nice.
And then, along with multiple shotguns, handguns. We shoot at least every other weekend here.
Calvin, are you do you collect guns?
Yes, I do.
Well, okay, the 3 of us need to get together and do like a Transformers / gun collection video.
Notice how the conversation changes depending on what side of the border you're on.
Yeah.
Or a lot, he's really missing like a lot of.
Once he jumps on, the 3 of us, like, we're not saying that, but the 3 of you guys, different conversation.
No, but if he was here now, he would just start lamenting about how crappy it is to be in Canada, where he can't collect any guns.
Oh, now I can't say that because I've been to Canada 3 times, and all 3 times I had a great time, and it was beautiful country.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's spacious, and also Canadians tend to be smarter.
Well, the one thing that I could say that stuck out bigger than shit while I was in Canada was the cleanliness.
Oh,
we drive around here, and just driving from my house down to the gas station. And if I stopped and picked up every piece of trash, I would have a 50-gallon drum full of trash. And that's a really good. That's a really good. Sorry, go ahead. You never saw that while I was in Canada. All 3 times. There was literally no trash anywhere.
It's a good metaphor for really like the broad give and take of like, the thing that we talk about on the show sometimes, or when you guys are complaining about being in Canada. You're complaining about a lot of the government restrictions. And when we're talking about being in the U.S. and having more freedoms, there are a lot more freedoms, but it's also more laissez-faire. So you got much better social systems working. Garbage cleanup is one of them. Libraries is going to be another. All that kind of social system stuff. That's going to be far worse in the U.S. And that's
quite a balance.
Yeah.
Funny enough, during work last week through like one of the clients, he recently retired and he's selling his house, and they're buying a trailer for their pickup truck, and him and his wife are planning to drive across the country. And I said, you know, me and homeboy back in the day, we drove across the country when we were doing music. It's an amazing drive to go from one end to the other. So he's actually starting from the eastern side of Halifax, and he's going to work his way out to the west to BC.
And we never got all the way out to Halifax, even
we
though
didn't do Halifax.
So, yeah, that's like a different country. You know, East Coast of Canada is like a third country.
Jeez.
The culture is so different. I don't know if any of you guys ever been out there.
And don't ever order mustard in the northeastern part of Canada, because it's not mustard like we have in the United States. It's a fucked up combination of pickles and some nasty snot looking shit. I ordered a cheeseburger with mustard, ketchup, and pickles, and they were looking at me like, "You want what?"
Where were you?
It was a bad deal. It was a bad deal.
Where?
Huh? In Newfoundland, Canada.
Oh, Newfoundland. Okay, well there you go.
Yeah, my first wife was a Newfie. We went back up there to visit her grandparents before they passed away.
So you know the East.
Yes.
So that's not the Canada that we are from. Like when you're talking to the four of us, you know, that's not our Canada. Like that's like another country to us. Anthony, do you know anything about the East Coast?
Well, Jess is from Newfoundland, but that's about all I know.
Well, that seems pretty first.
Carla was from Placentia Bay. Freshwater.
Okay.
And then we was all walking, out here, where I live at, you're walking down the road and there's a deer 10 feet away from you. And you're like, oh, look at the deer. We're walking around Placentia Bay, and this moose come out like a half a mile away. And she was like, okay, start walking the other way. And I was like, what? It's way over there. She's like, no, you don't understand. Get fucking moving.
All right, Ambassador. This is Captain Sajnani here to report on the activities of your underlings. So far, all of them have confessed to Sopranos not being their second favorite show after Transformers. I don't know what kind of discipline you have in mind for them. Secondarily, the three of us here in the U.S. Would like to gloat that we all have huge gun collections and you don't. Over to you, Ambassador.
I don't know about you, but she told me I got a large gun collection, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Lord. He said he's packing.
She said a big gun.
That's what she said, right? So I don't know.
That's what she said. A big gun here. So now notice, guys, look. Yeah. We know that Orlati is not in the motherfucking science division. You better hope he's not a counselor, and he ain't no doctor. And yet the ambassador's in a blue uniform. So clearly it's whatever you pick. Yeah, nice suit you have on, Ambassador.
So
looking sharp.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
He's logging on. He's like, what the hell did I walk into?
Yep. Yeah. You know what? Orlati's third favorite show is not Star Trek, so he doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Star Trek? What are you talking about? Which one?
Precisely.
I like all Star Trek except for Discovery.
Discovery is the best.
The fighting words, no.
You're just a misogynist. You're just a misogynist. That's why you don't like it.
It's next gen.
Listen, Ambassador.
Okay.
I don't tolerate disrespect to women. All right. I know you outrank me, but I'll knock you out.
Hold on. Next gen, and then obviously the original, and then I like Picard. I also like what's called Deep Sea. It's nice as well too, which is really good. I like Cisco. So Discovery, yeah, no, okay.
Do the rest of you guys agree with that ranking? Do you have a Star Trek ranking preference?
I'm biased towards Next Gen because I grew up watching that when I was really little, so that's like default Star Trek to me.
I would I would put money that all of us are going to put Next Gen as number one, and if I was going to guess one dissenter, might be Bill.
Yeah, mine would be Voyager.
Oh, that's not what I was going to guess. I was thinking Kirk.
I like
Why
Voyager
three?
too.
I like the dark horse pick.
Enjoyed Kirk, but I preferred Voyager.
Voyager's
Tell me
pretty
why.
Do what?
Why?
7 of 9 for one.
Almost spit my coffee.
I mean, let's be honest, boys. I was 17.
Okay, hold on. That's what he said.
That's right.
And
You can't argue that.
and his statement was co-signed.
Yeah, but you know what also was pretty good too? Enterprise.
I loved Enterprise. Scott
I
Bakula kicked ass.
did like Enterprise because I liked Scott Bakula pretty well.
Yeah,
He was good. He was good.
Yeah, I
He's a good
grew
actor.
up on Quantum Leap, so
so did I. That's
Yeah,
why I
same
like
with
him in
me.
Quantum. He did a pretty
It
good.
wasn't
Quantum
as
Leap
it
was the
wasn't
show.
comparably. It wasn't as good a show. Like some of the episodes were corny. Some of the writing was but overall, it was a quality show.
Yeah,
It's too bad that it only lasted 4 seasons. Might be the shortest one.
Yeah. Well, besides the original.
Was it? How long was it? 1 season, 2?
Original series was 3 seasons.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wow.
I didn't even know that. Okay.
But there were 3 long seasons, so it might even have the original. I mean, it might even have Enterprise beat in terms of episode count because those seasons were like really long in the 60s.
Yeah, like back in the day,
Calvin,
like a season was like, at least 40 to 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I haven't done the math, but like
Calvin,
Nowadays,
you Star Trek guy?
50-50. I like the first one, and then I like the generation one. So it's like the 1 and 2 that I grew up with. I got suckered into it because that's the only thing would just come on TV besides, other stuff that's on a Saturday or Sunday.
Right. Remember when we were kids, like watching Star Trek? It was like,
Yep.
it was the closest thing to like
Star Wars.
cartoon. Yeah. It's almost like a live action cartoon, right? With the colors and stuff.
Mhm.
I think that's the way we saw it as kids. Like you recognize it almost as like action figure type of stuff. As you said, like Star Wars.
No, I agree.
I think maybe when I was really little, like how they were kind of in the same box in my head. Like I probably
I was
think
gonna
you said Star Wars.
Well, I like Star Trek because of Star Wars. But the funny thing is that at 1 o'clock here in Toronto, they had Fox 29, and in that 1 hour time slot, they had the Kung Fu hour.
Yep.
So it was awesome. It was like from cartoons to Kung Fu.
Yep.
To like live action kind of Star Wars ish Star Trek, right? So
what were the Kung Fu? What were the shows?
Oh man, my favorite one was 5 Deadly Venom.
Oh, they're showing the film. It wasn't a cartoon.
No, it was an actual live film.
These are like actual like Kung Fu flicks.
Yeah, like the actual Kung Fu movies, like from the 70s, right?
Yeah,
early 80s, 70s,
70s, 80s. Yeah, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee.
Ooh,
That's looking
power.
good. That's looking good, bro.
Oh my goodness,
oh, nice.
I feel like clubbing.
We be clubbing.
Well, let's use this as the segue to jump back to Anthony for a moment as we speak about the legacy line.
Oh, we're talking about the leg. Oh yeah, came at the right time.
Yeah. I haven't even started it yet. I was gonna say we have a list of like the whole thing that's coming out. Those are gonna. What I was saying was this is like a compiled list of all the leaked store listings, all the leaks from like inside information. I'm on a Discord group that compiles it all and puts it together. And this is an old list, and some of this has already come true, which is why it has like veracity to it.
I find the Cosmos to be the most interesting.
Yeah, because there is no obvious, like, that's a Walmart line. They're making a Velocitron line, right? But and those lines are typically like repaints, right? But there's nothing they can repaint to Cosmos easily, so it's probably a new Cosmos.
And it's deluxe. And given that Cosmos is always a mini bot, so he's only ever been a Legends figure. So it's really interesting that they're doing him as a deluxe. I imagine he'll scale nicely with maybe the Earthrise Cliff Jumper.
Yeah, probably. Like the other ones, they're easy to place. Like Clampdown is a sideswipe repaint. Burnout is skids in black. Blur, we don't know what's up with that. It's probably just the Studio Series one again. That Road Rocket is going to be RC with a different head because we saw the character show up in IDW with that design. Road Hauler
basically it's all trash. Basically, everything you read is trash. The only thing that could be interesting is Cosmos. Yes or no?
That and a Black Convoy, which is Laser Prime in his Robots in Disguise, black and teal Nemesis colors.
Scourge.
Yeah, Scourge. The listing's calling him Black Convoy. We don't know if he'll release with that name or if they're calling him Black Convoy because there's a Studio Series Scourge out and they don't want to mix them up, one or the other. Because Black Convoy was his name in the Japanese version of the series.
Car robots.
At least it's coming with a tanker too, which is good.
Yeah, this is probably talking about the trailer, right? Because it comes with a tanker trailer.
Yeah.
And then over at Target, like Silver Streak just came out. Like that's the blue streak, right? We've seen them.
Yep.
They're probably doing another Legacy multi-pack, which is Gold Bug. So Bumblebee's getting another repaint. Who knows if he'll be a Beetle? We do not know who that Ransack is. There's a few people it could be. It could be the Insecticon. It could be the motorcycle from Cybertron. We don't know. It might be a retool of one of the Legacy Insecticons, maybe.
Yep.
Toy Scorpion.
I think Ransack was one of the deluxe Autobots from G1. Deluxe Insecticon.
Yeah. Toy Scorponok is probably going to be the Kingdom figure in his original Beast Wars colors because he was like more black and less purple. Ooh. And Paralyzer is probably a Waspinator repaint because that was the name of a BotCon repaint they did of him in white and purple colors. And then there's the rumored Pterosaur re-release for people that couldn't get the Amazon one, probably in his toy colors, which means a little bit more purple on him, green beast mode eyes. And then another accessory pack, finally, with a red version of Cog, who you might remember showed up in the Netflix show a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Walgreens is getting a Minerva, which is probably, we don't know. They're making a new Nightbeat, maybe, or she's a retool of something else. Some people think she's going to be an Elita 1 retool.
I would say RC.
Yeah. And then Amazon is going to be doing a series based on the Wreckers, right? Which means we're getting another Impactor, though what they're doing with him, we don't know, right? Like, is it the Siege one again? Is it a new color scheme? And now these are interesting. Topspin and Tin Twist, and it says Saltman in brackets. Those are going to be color schemes based on these weird, like, Mexican releases of the jump starters they did in, like, crazy color schemes. They were, like, black and yellow and stuff. People think those are going to be the Titans Return figures.
Wow.
That would be awesome.
We get
that on Twin Twist.
It's about time we get some Latino representative in the Transformers series.
Yeah. Leadfoot. We've once again he showed up in the IDW comics. That's probably going to be a Siege Mirage in colored after the yellow Generation 2 racer. Another Springer. So if anybody missed the Siege one, maybe it's going to be a clean version of him, perhaps. And then a Bulkhead Redeco that doesn't yet have a name. So we don't know what that is. We know it's Bulkhead again.
We might be an original Bulkhead then.
Yeah, maybe. And then the last one will be Fractal, which is Green Pterosaur, another BotCon figure. Oh, and this is how you know this is old. It says fan channel subject to change. So we know those first four, those first three. Yeah, Sandstorm, Night Prowler, and Buzzsaw. We now know that they're all coming out through Walmart because we saw them during that stream. DK3, and Guard.
That was crazy because I just walked in the door and that dog started barking, and I was looking around like, "What the fuck?" I have cats. There's not a dog here.
But yeah, people think that DK3 is going to be Blue Trailbreaker because that was his product code in the American Diacron line, so that's probably going to be Blue Trailbreaker. And then Guard and Lift Ticket are, of course, the two that already came out, Black Ironhide and Red Hoist. And then the last one, Cyclonus's Armada. People think that's going to be a Toy Colors Cyclonus, referencing his like single-person Armada in the movie. Yeah. And then we have a PulseCon set, Deluxe Orion Pax, and Voyager Alpha Trion. Presumably that'll be like the Ravage set they did a couple years ago. Oh, and unknown release venues. Pack Rat, which is Rat Trap in blue, Antagony, which is Inferno in black. That's another BotCon figure. And a Titan Guardian robot. So that would be Omega Supreme in blue.
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you'd asked me a couple of years
ago. Another Billy.
Yeah. If you'd asked me a couple of years ago if they were going to do a limited edition Titan that's a weird repaint, I'd have said that's not going to happen. And then Black Zarak happened. So, who knows? I guess that is possible.
I've got but you want to know something? I'm surprised they didn't come out with the original Guardian, like the blue color Omega Supreme.
Well, that's what that listing says they're going to do, right?
Well, I'm glad they're actually doing that because, we always have, again, the original Omega Supreme, but we always seen the Guardians in many episodes. So I'm surprised they never did that. So I'm glad they're doing it now.
Yeah. Oh, this is just a repeat. That's all the selects people I just talked about. DK3 and Guard and stuff. So you can just go to the next one. Yeah. Okay. So this is the top half of the main line, and so it starts out with stuff we've already seen, like Blaster and Bulkhead. Those are out now, and then it says that the next wave is going to be Voyager class Prime Soundwave. So like the Predator drone with the lanky limbs, and Generation 2 G-Axis. The leader from the Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
And then
I'd be interested in
Wave 3. Yeah. Wave 3 will be a new Armada Starscream, a Voyager one, which makes sense because the last time they did a G-Axis, he was an Armada Starscream retool when they did him back in Thrilling 30. So now they're probably doing that again, but the other way around. Yeah. And then, Beast Wars Inferno.
Yeah. So I was just going to say he was a tank originally but it was under a different name.
Yeah. And then Beast Wars Inferno, which everybody's expecting is the third wave. And then so the leaders got shuffled around a little bit. Laser Optimus Prime at the front, and then Galvatron at this point was listed as Wave 2, but they bumped him up. And then Blitzwing we've seen in leaked now. We've seen him on like YouTube reviews and stuff. And then Wave 3, this is something I'm looking forward to seeing one day. Dragon Megatron, so that'd be his red dragon form from the third season of Beast Wars.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there because it's funny because
we don't have
talked about this.
I don't have that one. I mean, I have the original.
No. We actually talked about this quite a few shows ago, and there was a third party. Yeah, there was a third party one that came out with a really nice one. So we could
that guy right there.
There you go.
Yeah,
I have them too.
Yeah. I don't have him anymore. He didn't survive my childhood, but yeah, that's
this one didn't survive well.
Yeah, I can tell because he's belly flopped.
Yeah, his wings are all messed up.
Hey, but there's two versions of him, right?
Yeah.
There's a blue version of him.
Yeah,
that he connected with the cars and stuff, with the trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Cryostasis Megatron, the Blue Dragon Megatron.
Yeah. So these last two are the most interesting. It says the leak is that the Commander class is going to be Motormaster, meaning that's how they're going to do the new Menasor, right?
Oh, okay.
So he's going to be a big guy. So considering that Drag Strip doesn't have any combiner bits on him and he just kind of splits in half, people think that this commander class thing is so big because they're going to be doing that third party thing where he just forms Menasor himself and the cars stick onto his arms and legs based on the Drag Strip that's already out.
Ooh, so
But either way.
is Hasbro taking notes from third party?
God, I
Hey,
hope
that's
this
what
is
everybody's
not gonna
saying.
do the damn
Yeah.
separate price for a trailer.
Yeah. Well, at least it's going to be all in one box.
Maybe.
And then
Hold on, I'm going to stop you
Maybe.
for 1 second. I'm going to stop you
I mean,
again there.
Gravestone came as Gravestone. And then you had to buy the damn trailer separately, and he cost more than any two of them combined for the trailer. So you couldn't combine them without the trailer. It was a money grab.
Wow.
Wow.
So they released the trailer last, and the trailer was $280.
Wow.
Okay, Bill, you're taking some of my thunder away because I was going to get into that. I'm surprised Hasbro hasn't got into parts that you could buy, like additional parts or additional accessories that you can put onto your Transformer, like how third party does, right?
No, you can buy kits. You can buy kits for your Transformer.
Right, but those are third party. I'm surprised Hasbro hasn't jumped onto that.
Because they're lazy, man. They're lazy.
Okay, I better shut up because I don't want to give Hasbro anymore.
So this last one, what they say the Titan is going to be, and we've seen a slide of this. I didn't include it here, but like somebody took a screenshot of a PowerPoint slide during a like investor meeting with like retailers. As they're making a new Metroplex as the next Titan, but it's not G1 Metroplex. It's Transformers Cybertron Metroplex. That changed into one of those giant buzzsaw construction things, with the. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting because
let me guess,
they're
Bill has
really
it.
breaking from. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, there he is. So a new version of this guy instead of G1 Metroplex. That is apparently going to be the next Titan.
I might have
to
So, yeah, it's really surprising, and it's not just like leak lists like this. Like we saw, we don't know what he looks like because the slide just showed a picture of the original as an example. But that's probably what the next Titan's going to be. So it's interesting that they'd go away from G1 at such a large scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm surprised they haven't done yet? Primus.
But yeah, to go against Unicron.
Exactly.
I mean, they did the 2000s.
I mean, you got little one there.
Yeah, you got that guy right there.
There you go.
This was a thing that I set up.
He's got the whole world in his hands.
Well, I got
baby Unicron.
HasLab, and then I got
oh my gosh, that's great.
Look at Daddy.
That's wonderful.
Look, Daddy.
And the caption I put
twins.
over the top of it was, Daddy's playing with his food again.
Wow.
I love it. I love that. That's awesome, man.
And then, of course, when I got Starscream, I had to Starscream with all the ladies.
That's why he's got a crown.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's right. It's good to be the king.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. So these are just the small guys here. We saw Wave 1 already. It's out. Skywarp, Hot Rod, and Iguanus. And then Wave 2 is gonna be that's really pixely. Yeah, there we go. Iguanus again, an Optimus Prime. Maybe it's the one from Kingdom. Generation 2 Megatron, so probably a repaint of the little core guy in his camo colors. And then a new small Shockwave, like the Combiner Wars one they did already, but again. And then Wave 3, it's Soundwave again. Looks like they're putting him back in there. And something called an Energon monster. Nobody knows what that is yet. That's just all we have as the name. But people are like, what is that? That could be anything.
It's going to be the Dweller.
It can be that or
maybe.
Crypty. Or Crypty. Crypty?
Ooh, the Dweller. That would be cool.
Yeah. And then Skullgrin is the third one, so another pretender.
Ooh.
And so, yeah. So then Deluxe, once again, we've seen the first wave, Skids, Drag Strip, RC, and Kickback. Wave 2, Transformers Prime Knockout. he showed up in that Wreckers comic too, and he was really clearly drawn as being Studio Series Jazz with a new head. So people think he's going to be
Oh
a
my goodness!
Yeah. He's there in the art. They drew him. What the artist drew pictures of him that look like that in that comic, and that's happened before. It's because they have access to the figures before the public gets to see them, right? Yeah. A new Elita 1 again, but people don't know. Once again, is this a new one? Is this the Netflix one again? Nobody's really sure. Tarantulas, once again, finishing off the Beast Wars. Oh, Oscar Reyna III on Facebook is asking, what Soundwave is it? If you're talking about the little guy, it's probably just the little core one again, like the one that they did right at the end of Kingdom, which is an excellent figure that everybody should own, and I'm glad he's out there and easy to get even more so. I wouldn't mind if it was like Purple Marvel Soundwave or something, though. We're long overdue for that. And Legacy, with its focus on the multiverse, would be a perfect time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Spin, let me get a full screen.
My screen messed up.
Here's my little...
Oh, you got him.
There we go.
I don't know why I can't manage to get this straight here. Yeah, anyway. I got those little Legends guys up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
so then we got Tarantulas again, finishing off Beast Wars, Wild Rider because they're doing the Stunticons. And then Wave 3, this is interesting. So Point Blank, which means they're doing more of the Autobot Target Masters because those have never been done before. They've done the Decepticons and they did Crosshairs. Yeah, exactly. So
someone's happy.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Crankcase, the Triggercon. Another G1 guy that hasn't been properly done yet. And another Energon monster, a deluxe size one. We don't know what these things are. There's a core, there's a deluxe. What are these Energon monsters? Maybe they're the Dweller, like you said. That'd be interesting. That'd be a good way to get them out there. And then Dead End, and then Wave 4, which even the leakers don't quite know, but is going to have Breakdown in it. And that's where it ends for now.
Ooh, no blue twin cast?
We don't know.
It's weird. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think with all the what's been mentioned here right now? What are you guys looking forward to?
Blitzwing.
That's a big long list.
Blitzwing, and of course another set of Stunticons for me.
Oh, I like Blitzwing. What do you guys think about the Stunticons? Some people are complaining about the hollowness in the legs. Does that bother you guys, or you think they look good?
As long as the figure itself is well constructed, I don't care if bits of it are hollow, really. As long as
Right.
it's not like the front or something like that.
Okay.
Is it going to be covered? Like those hollow spots, will they be covered by the other figures that are attached to Motor Master? Or will they be
that'd be
visible?
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
If it's just the top of the car stick, it'd be
the hollow parts are only visible in bot mode, like it's the inner thighs, the way they do with cheaper mainline figures,
Right.
or the inner caps, whatever.
If you're able to disguise it, I don't think it should be an issue. But if it's really visible, then yeah, I would definitely have an issue with that. Right?
Well, some people are complaining about it because it seems to be a step backwards compared to like how good the sculpts look for what we've been getting in recent years. Like how the hollowness that we were used to from, say, Titan's Return, that we sort of moved away from with Siege, Earthrise, Legacy. It's coming back with some Legacy.
Well, in my opinion, I mean, all the way back to G1, take the original Dinobots from '84. They were hollow. That they had hollow all over them, because they had to hide themselves in their legs.
Yeah.
We've had hollow spots forever. The hollow spots, in my opinion, doesn't bother me a bit.
Doesn't bother you, okay?
No.
Well, but going back to what you're saying, Bill, with the hollowness of some of the Dinobots, because I was showing one a couple shows ago. I understand what you're saying, but the hollowness, you couldn't really see it because you're looking at the front of the figure. Like, when you're playing with a figure, you're always looking from the front, not from the rear, right? So if it's something like that, I don't have no issues at all. But if it's very visible, like what you were saying,
and I agree, that's what I'm
cheap.
saying. That, and I agree with that. I've got people on these other pages that I'm on, and they're just like, "Oh my God, he's hollow." And I'm like, "Where?" And they're like, "On his back." And I'm like, "What, are you facing him against the wall when you got him on display? What the hell?"
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
you can see into his core whenever he's running away from
hold
you.
on,
Oh,
hold
no.
on. Bill, I take issue with the last statement. Spin, can I get a full screen? So I agree with everything you guys are saying, except for this thing about displaying the figures from the back, because this is something that Transformers reviewers actually make fun of a lot. They're like, I don't care about the back. Like, who displays their figure from the back? Well, I got news for you guys. I do.
Oh, okay. We out for the diorama. I got you.
Ooh.
That's nice.
You see, he's having a little problem. Teletran 1 is bugging out.
Yeah.
Damn.
I love it.
Oscar Reyna III on Facebook is asking, is this going to be a trilogy like War for Cybertron? Apparently, yes, even though we don't quite know the name of it yet. It's going to be another 3-parter of some sort.
You just switch back to Anthony.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, it's going to be a trilogy, like with War for Cybertron, but it doesn't have a grand name yet.
Hey, mates, I'm going to cut out of here. My lady has filled up the hot tub for us, so.
It's like later,
She just peeked around the corner and wasn't wearing nothing but a towel and a smile.
All right, make sure you grab your seat, right?
In that case, Bill, that's what she said.
That's right.
grab your rubber sea spray.
All right, guys. I'll see y'all next week. Thanks for letting me come on.
Anytime, Bill.
Thank you for coming by, Bill.
Take care, buddy.
Magnus Prime.
Yeah.
That's dope. His collection looks amazing.
That's like the perfect exit of a show. You know that?
Yeah.
Gotta go.
It's just
Hot tub.
later, nerds. Oh, we got a filter again. Nice.
Hey, since everybody was showing off their little bots, here's my little bot.
Oh, hey, yeah, there you do have a gun, Megatron.
And there's my gun too.
Yeah.
What Megatron is this? Well done. What Megatron? I don't know what line it is.
Generation one. It's the generation one.
When that came out,
the reveal shield.
Reveal the shield.
Oh, it's from back in the day. Okay.
Yeah.
I got that kicking around somewhere too. I didn't back when I got this. I couldn't, even remotely customize figures, but I knew somebody that painted like Warhammer miniatures, so I just got them to paint over the yellow tip of the barrel on them. And that was like the first time I ever did anything like that.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I just like put a silver Gundam marker over it, but I didn't know that back then.
But I tell you this, I like Takara, like the Legacy, like small bot versions in a sense. I actually like Takara Transformer Prime. They actually came out with a pretty good, decent size.
Yeah.
If you want to blow it up, Mike.
Blow it up. Expand.
Blow it up.
Boom.
What are we looking at here?
Yeah, what scale is that? Oh, that's a Legends guy. That's a type.
Yeah, it's the Transformer Prime line, right? But it's the car version,
Magnus.
right?
Yeah.
And I actually like the size of this. It's like if they can make a lot of the mini bots of this size, I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Going back to what you were saying about scales, right?
The Transformers Prime stuff in Legacy is interesting to me because I'm interested in about half of it because I'm like, I don't want the RC or the Bulkhead because I have the originals. I don't think those outdo them. But like, the original Knockout was not a very good figure. So meanwhile, the Jazz Studio Series figure is good. So like, I might replace him with that one just because it's a better release, even if it's less accurate. And then I never actually got Predator Drone Soundwave back in the day. So if they make a new one, well, then I'll finally get one to put in there, right?
Sorry, guys, we're getting murdered in the background. Is it murder prime time?
Like flash light warning. That's literally what's going on. It is look, it's murder prime.
I'm just playing around with stuff.
No.
I know this is a slap in the face to everybody.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I heard
I
he's
just
getting a
I
G2
just showed that.
repaint. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that I have on the windowsill up there. I was showing you guys.
I like that.
Yeah, I heard this guy's real good.
I love the paint looks so nice. I haven't taken it out the package myself, but like
Yeah, like very silver.
he looks so much nice. Like the paint is so much better on him than on the Starscream.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't paint Starscream.
I got him too, which is crazy.
Interesting. Something that I have found out over the years about the manufacturing process is when it comes to like the paint budget, the budget for figures, it's spread between a wave. So it's possible that like these two released in the same wave. We know that. So they might have said like this wave's paint budget is going to Megatron instead of Starscream. Like that is how they operate when they budget these things out.
They're cheap.
Yeah,
You know what?
crazy,
I like that figure. The only thing I just kind of bothered me a little bit. It's the back fin on the side of the leg. I get it why it's there, like it's part of the engineering, right? But it's just the one thing that just kind of bothers me a little bit.
So yeah, I got that two totes of sacred stash.
Well, which one? Which one?
There's one tote. And there's two totes.
Nice.
So I got everything pretty much that came out, and then we got a Five Below, and I found out they had these guys.
Oh yeah, the Prime Masters. The only one I ever got was Bludgeon.
I got all of them. It's ridiculous. They had them for $1.
Oh my goodness!
For $1, yeah, I'd absolutely pick up the whole series in one go.
Oh, for sure. Wow.
Yeah.
$1.
So that's $100 here in Canada.
So I don't know if you've seen this guy right here.
Oh, it's
but there's
last
a mishap.
Megatron, yeah.
You see the symbol under the bottom? It says he's an Autobot.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh. Which one's that again,
that's
sir?
a collector's item right there.
And then you get Peter Collins to sign it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the little sign is in the corner. You can't really see it, but it's an Autobot thing there, and there are people talking about it. So that's like a variant or something, or what? It's a mishap.
A misprint. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I got a challenge for Calvin. All right, let me get a full screen.
Oh, this guy is full screen. Okay, I got to go after you, D, because I'm going to go back to the list.
Okay, look, Calvin, we know you have this. You showed us.
Yep.
We know you have this. You told us.
Yep.
And he showed us.
But do you have this?
The dollar store.
I could have had that. Actually, I passed it up.
You don't have everything that's in retail.
That's okay.
Now.
Okay, wait. If you guys are going to show
that was $1 too.
I know, but it's $1 well spent, my friend. $1 well spent.
But this is better than what you got in your hand, though.
All right, throw back to Calvin.
Okay, are you guys showing
a full screen battle?
Wait, hold on. Give me a full screen here.
Oh, here we go.
So here's my short screen.
Oh yeah, I have that guy too. It's a nice little one.
You know what? That might be the same one.
Yeah.
No, it's different.
It's a little different.
Scale.
Yeah.
And then
smaller scale than those ones.
If we're gonna go another smaller one. Here's my animated one.
Oh yeah, Activator Optimus. That's the like Star Convoy themed repaint they did.
Yeah. And then,
are those well articulated or no?
Nah, that one's like a one-step changer.
No, trash.
And then we got to do the Bumblebee because you got to have Bumblebee.
Yep.
Right. Then going back to that list that you were saying about Megatron G2 colors.
Yeah,
do you think they might be full screen, Mike? Sorry, Spin. Do you think they're going to be doing something like this?
No, I think they're going to be.
And they come
into.
I
think they're going to be doing the purple and green camo. That was in That was in 2006 when they were afraid of the neon, so that they made him, his colors became a bit more subdued.
So I'm just curious. Yeah, but are they going to use this kind of mode as well too? You never know.
Nope.
No,
They're gonna use the G2 mode, the one that just got out now.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. But actually, that's actually a pretty cool pack that they came in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the light.
I'm gonna just straight up say that both of those figures outside of the box were like not great. I had them at one point.
That's why you keep them in the box.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna go into it. They just were both like not great figures.
Really?
They have since done better. Yeah.
What about this one then?
Okay, those are good. Those are good guys. There's a
I have that. I have that pack.
Yeah.
Is it
No,
because of
it's
Hot
not
Rod?
even because of Hot Rod. I mean, I am biased, but it's just a good set of figures.
You want
That
to know
looks
something?
nice.
Do you want to
Love
know
that
something?
layout.
The reason why I really wanted this box
Yeah.
is because of this.
The Matrix. Yeah. Oh,
The
I
Matrix.
gotta show you. I gotta show you something. I gotta show you something about that.
That's the reason why I got it. It's because of the Matrix.
Let me tell you about that Matrix because I have it right here. That is a die-cast metal Matrix, and it was designed so that it could fit in G1 Optimus Prime's chest. That's
Oh,
why
no
it was
way.
engineered that way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's got like these divots here, and then you put them like in between his two seats. It's out of focus, but whatever. And then you pop his head down, and he's got the Matrix like right in his chest. Which
Wow.
I'm failing to demonstrate because it fell. But give me a second. But yeah, that specific Matrix there. Yeah, there you can see now. You can pop it in.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
And like this, it's not like a secret thing that it was originally released with a Optimus Prime reissue. But yeah, if you have a G1 Optimus and you have that Hot Rod Cyclonus set, you can give this to your Optimus and it fits there.
And knowing is half the battle, even though that's a different cartoon.
Yeah, knowing is half the battle. But yeah, a little bit of cross compatibility. Oh, and the comic in there was written by the comic in that box was written by Simon Furman. If you know. So that whole set's got like a lot of good stuff in it.
I'm hearing some like reverb. That sound wave at it again.
Sounds like an alarm clock going off.
Right?
Yeah,
sound wave.
Yeah, Steve, can you mute for now? There we go. All right, so where are we at? Oh, are you gonna reveal your Blockhead legacy?
I don't have legacy Bulkhead.
This one says they're gonna get the legacy Bulkhead.
Anthony has it.
My phone is dying. I gotta.
Sorry, Calvin has it.
Calvin has it. Okay. You want?
It's not out in Canada yet.
Okay, because remember what we said last show that we're going to compare the Bulkhead Prime to Bulkhead Legacy?
Oh, yeah. Though I have I don't have the first edition one. I have the later one they did, the Robots in Disguise one.
Because I have the Bulkhead Prime. Thank goodness I picked up the. No, I'm just saying. Thank goodness I picked the right container. Just to give you an idea. This is what I mean by.
Yeah, let me just.
In case you're wondering.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, I got the same guy.
Like
well,
you know what I mean?
A little dust off.
And he's right there. So let's get the camera.
What I should actually say was this is Jess's actually because Bulkhead was her favorite on that show. So.
Yep.
So
I like that one better.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this is the second one they did because they did a first edition one and then they did the Robots in Disguise one, and they're different tooling. So this is the later, more commonly available one.
Okay, so but do you have the legacy, Calvin?
Yes, I do.
You want to show it?
Yep.
So hold on. So I got the same one as you then.
Yeah. straight up, like in the box, just as a different thing.
Yeah, I what's called the first edition one. I have it in my other container.
Yeah.
So, but I
Oh,
saw
nice.
this one, so I was like, okay, we can kind of compare the two, right? So I guess we're gonna do a survey. Oh, hey, Lucas, go to bed. It's late. My son's in bed, so you got to be in bed too.
Yeah, here we go.
All right. So you know what? Since you have it out already, Anthony, we'll go with yours.
Yeah. Is they had this obsession with like wind up powerizer or whatever gimmicks. So just take the little rubber band off. You could just make it go like this. Spatial stuff is so hard to figure out when you're looking at yourself on camera. Like, no, I have to go this way. But yeah, it would light up and it would spin as like a little gimmick. And
Okay,
could,
I got a question then.
Okay.
Because there is two bulkheads. It's the Prime Universe bulkhead. So basically, this is the bulkhead that probably time traveled to their universe.
Yeah. And that's the interesting thing about Legacy is they're not okay. So they're not doing a cartoon. They've confirmed that. Like, they pitched it to Netflix. Netflix wasn't interested in doing another season, so there's not going to be a show for this, unfortunately, or fortunately. I mean, you know, the shows were what they were. But there is
no, I was gonna say I'm glad that you answered that question ahead of time because I was gonna ask that. Are they gonna be doing a cartoon on this? Or are they gonna do a comic book on this?
You know, they might do a comic, but we know there isn't a show coming, unfortunately. Okay. But yeah, the product copy and stuff does have a little story, which is basically just that it's like Universe 1.0 from the 2000s again, where it's like all these characters across time and space have been pulled into this mysterious planet where they have to do battle, basically like a strange shore they've washed up on. So that's why you have all these characters from all these different universes in this line.
It's funny you mentioned that because I was on Transformer or TF Wiki, and I was looking up Sidekill, right?
Yeah.
And they're in the first paragraph or the opening paragraph, they were mentioning how Globotron was actually in trouble of being destroyed because there were like this multi-universe kind of was like almost destroying their planet or like almost like it was like a multi-universe madness like from Marvel, right? And their universe was being destroyed and or could have been destroyed, and it was actually coming from the Transformer line. And that's how they were tying everything kind of together, right, with the GoBots. And it was called the Spy Changers or something like that, right? That were coming in there. And anyways, to make a long story short, I was gonna say, to make the long story short, I'm surprised that they're using that as the little stories, saying how they're going all to these different kind of universe.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's not the first time they did that. The first time they did that was in the early 2000s with Transformers Universe, not the old Marvel thing. Like the toy line they did alongside Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. It had a comic that was a couple, but it was a short comic. But yeah, it was just like Unicron was pulling everybody from everywhere onto a battle world to fight because it gave him energy. This is why we have all these random characters, and they're doing that again for Legacy as the setup.
So hold on, you just said Unicron. So Calvin, this one's for you. So Unicron were pulling all these Transformers into that universe as a battleground, right? What is Secret Wars in Marvel?
Yeah.
It's just like Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Mortal Kombat Alliance, or I think Armageddon.
Well, it's Armageddon, but if you look at Secret Wars, who was bringing in all these people to battle in the battleground? The Beyonder.
I don't remember who actually did. Oh, it was the Beyonder. Yeah,
it was the Beyonder.
And Madam Web. Beyonder and the Madam Web.
Yeah, I was gonna say I never read the old Secret Wars, but I watched the '90s Spider-Man retelling of it that they did on that show.
Mhm.
Where it was like Beyonder and Madam Web being like, get me everybody.
Well, Spider-Man was like the main thing, right? That's
Yeah.
where Venom comes after, right? Because that's where he gets the symbiote suit. But
Yeah.
anyways, that's another topic. But I just find it funny how there's a lot of parallels, right?
Yeah, and I mean, this is interesting because, like, the universe, despite having that cool story, the line itself was 100% repaints. That's what they set out to do.
Mm-hmm.
They said, we're going to have our Armada and whatever running as our main line. This is going to be a side thing that's entirely repaints, but we're going to come up with this interesting story to explain it, right? Like, they're all powered up and fighting each other and whatever. Whereas Legacy, they're doing the story again, but now it's the main line, so it's a bunch of new figures and stuff instead of like repaints.
Because I know Calvin has an issue with that. So here's my question to you guys now.
Mhm.
Since Calvin, you have the Legacy bulkhead in your hands, and Anthony has the Transformer Prime in his hand, which one do you like better?
Prime.
Like that guy?
Calvin answered that very quickly. Any reason why you like Prime over the Legacy?
Because that one is more accurate and it's more of a better looking figure. You did the new one. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you this. I'm going to agree with you. I do like the Prime. Had they used that Legacy one and called it Hound,
Yeah.
I probably would have picked that up because it's, technically it's kind of like from the movie line, right? And if it just that character or that, remember how we were talking about before, certain bodies just fit better.
Yeah,
Like, we were talking about like, the RC
Mhm.
repaint fit better with Nightbird. Again, I think that Legacy line bulkhead would have fit better with Hound.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not even going to talk about alternate mode because I'm not even going to try to transform this because it's not mine, so I don't know how.
So
Don't even know where to begin.
YouTube, how do you transform? No. So what about you, Anthony? What's your opinion?
I got to agree. I like this one better, and it's for the specific reason that I've always been a fiction first person. Like, I've always approached Transformers as a story with figures instead of the other way around. And like, I liked the Transformers Prime show. It was one of my favorite shows,
Yep.
right? And this looks like the guy on the show that I like, whereas the Legacy one looks less like the guy on the show. So I'm just like, I like this one better. I don't think the new one looks bad, and like, I do like the idea of it being like this is like G1 cartoon bulkhead, but like I got to go with this guy. It's the same way I felt about RC, the new RC as well, right? Like, I'd rather have the version that looks like the character from the show I like. So I got to give it to this one.
What are you gonna say, Calvin? You were about to say something?
yeah, I was saying that it's gonna be hard to find Leguanas and Thundercracker because due to scalpers. And then our Target told us it was discontinued for some odd reason. I don't know why. And when I went to go to Hasbro Pulse website, he's sold out. And then I went to Amazon. They're selling a little dude for $60.
Boy, no, I was gonna say,
Canadian?
isn't it? Yeah, I said it at the top of the stream. I thought wave one of a line of any line is always the easiest to find eventually because it's the one that's always stocked the most. So I'd say like, maybe right this second it's sold out everywhere, but it won't remain that way. It's always the easiest one to locate.
Yeah, it's almost like Bumblebee, like
Yeah.
right.
You should have seen my video, what I did over the weekend. Literally.
Okay, explain.
I had to drive to another county to find Optimus Prime. Literally. Another county to find that figure. When I found him, I said, this doesn't make any sense. I then went to 4 Targets around my area.
Mm-hmm.
These people are just, I get it. You're making money. But how do you got this figure just came out? It's sold out. And then I go in the store and ask where it's all under the same DPCI number, which it should be separate. And so one of the managers from a different store caught it and took the Galvatrons off the shelf. He said, this should be matching up with this. So they got Optimus matching up with the Megatron, the Galvatron.
Interesting.
So they got those two intertwined with each other. So when you go look for the figure, the DPC number, it's gonna say
They have it.
Galvatron.
Yeah.
I say I had the same thoughts on RC about how I preferred the this one because I already got it and it looks more like the show. So
That's the Prime RC.
one. Yeah.
yeah, it's the second one. I had both at one point. I kept this one because I thought it was the better figure out of the two of first edition and Robots in Disguise.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find mine. I don't know if it's in my other box.
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally like the Prime line. I think they did a really good job of making their figures. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing hollow. Oh, here, I'll show you this one here. This is the original.
Oh yeah. The
original Magnus.
Yeah, before he was an Optimus retool.
Yeah. I wish they'd gone with this one. And they actually made this figure from that one episode that they did with the outline.
Yeah.
Do you recall? Yeah.
Funny story about where this design actually comes from. This Ultra Magnus was originally designed for the canceled online game that they were doing at that time that never happened.
Yeah.
Him and a couple of the other Prime toy line original guys like Rumble and Cup and Thundertron, they were all supposed to be in that game. The game got canceled. The figures were supposed to be tied. The figures were supposed to be tied into it. They were like, we already spent the money making these. Let's just put them out in the regular line. So that's where they all came from.
Well, Rumble and Frenzy, they're actually two vehicle modes. And the funny part is that their chest looks like the Decepticon logo kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. We're talking Legacy and we're going right to Prime.
Prime's a part of Legacy. Yeah. Prime's a part of Legacy.
Well, what other Prime do you... Okay, so out of that whole list we talked about, like I know you guys mentioned... Bill mentioned Blitzwing that he's looking forward to. What are you guys looking forward to in that Legacy line?
I'm looking forward to the remaining two Beast Wars guys because that'll finish off the showcast, which is what I right up there. It's all my Kingdom guys. Looking forward to finishing off the TV show group specifically because we're almost there. Looking forward to Laser Optimus because I'm a G2 loving guy. Looking forward to that new G2 Megatron they're going to make because I love Generation 2. I want to see the other Prime guys. Like I want to see what Knockout looks like and what Soundwave looks like because if they look good, like they might be able to outdo the originals. Like original Knockouts, like I said, it's not a very good figure, so I'll get a new one if they make them good.
What about you, Spin?
Well, I just only because I don't collect the newer characters. It's like I just ask a lot of questions and learn about the newer lines and the character redos, repaints, re-releases. So I don't have any preferences. It's just it would be interesting to see like one whole series released within a new line, as opposed to bits and pieces of different lines or different series within the line.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you probably would like the Laser Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
And we were speaking on that earlier in terms of between Laser Optimus Prime and Power Master Prime, and I would still choose Power Master.
Yeah, and they need to. They still need to really do him right in the main line. So, I would be interested in that too. Like the proper little robot into the big robot thing hasn't quite been done yet. They did a third party one, but like not in the main line yet.
Here, I'm going to show you a knockoff.
Oh boy!
Check this out.
Here we go.
Oh, you mean like the good kind of knockoff?
And you want to know something? This Seeker line. If you look at the picture in the background,
Ooh.
right?
That's funny.
And someone was showing that off not too long ago with and remember I was saying about the wing on the side, like the back fin. Gee, I want to know where they got that from. But this is my Skywarp knockoff.
Yeah. Well, those guys were like
It's not bad price too, man.
Yeah, the actual one was like super rare and super uncommon. So that's one case where I'm like, yeah, all right, if you want to get a bootleg, get a bootleg. If it's
Well, I you know what? The funny part is the reason why I got this bootleg one, right?
Yeah.
Because I have this. I don't have it in here, but I have this Starscream version of that one, which is the Universal Warrior line, I think. And then I have the Generation Thundercracker with thrust. Oh, take a shot, guys. Thrust. We said thrust.
Thrust.
Yeah, take a shot out of my water bottle.
Yes. Water.
Calvin's like wondering, what do you mean? Why do we have to take a shot when we say thrust? Yeah, every time we say thrust, we got to take a shot of something. With thrust and George and like, you know, the rest of the Seekers, right? And I actually really thought that particular line of Seekers, they did a really good job. I think that's like the predecessor to the rest of the other Seekers that we see today.
Yeah, the deluxe ones. The Earthrise tooling is literally just like the same engineering blown up with more joints and articulation because of the size.
Right.
Like it's the same transformation and everything. So yeah, it really is just the predecessor of those.
And here's Snarls.
Animated Snarl. You know, like animated
that was actually really nice, eh?
Yeah, animated was a good show, but I never liked that art style, so I never wound up getting any of the figures from it. But like, I watched the show and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
No, but you know what? Some of those figures, oh, okay, let me grab this one again. So this one here, I kid you not, right? If you really look at it, that's not a bad figure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I thought it was like well put together. And if you look at the back too, you know, it doesn't really look out of place. It doesn't look cheesy or very cartoony or dollar store style, right? Like it fits in.
Yeah. It's a well-regarded line. The only reason I never went into it was because I just like the art style wasn't to my tastes. But everybody that gets them always says they're really well put together. Professor D's like, Calvin's falling off the couch. He looked like he took all of his thrust shots in advance.
I know.
He's on YouTube. I saw the blue thing and I thought Facebook, but no, it's YouTube.
See, here's the smaller version again of Megatron.
Yeah, the activators.
Yeah.
See, those were like they're not terribly posable, but they made them look good.
I got the bigger version of him. I got two versions of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the animated one, right? So hard to hold. To hold this.
I like that Megatron though.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I got the bigger one that you press the button, he speaks and talks, and he can still transform.
Oh wow. I really like that. Like, you know what? I actually like that helicopter Megatron. It looked pretty menacing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and his design was a little bit based on Super Megatron. So, you know, and got that anime inspiration going on.
Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about, right? When we were talking about the other show, if I was gonna get like another blaster, right? Because I have the original G1, right?
Right.
So this is what I was talking about.
Yep, I have that one too. That's the Fall of Cybertron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Soundwave retool.
Yeah, so like I don't mind buying another blaster because it's even though it is blaster, same colors and everything, but it's a different kind of transformation.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind spending that extra money and getting something like that, right? So I just wanted to just go back and talk, just mentioning that, right?
It's Siege Blaster, but like really early.
Yeah, you know what it is? Like it's so hard when all your stuff is all boxed up and you want to give a proper explanation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I like I really like the Fall of Cybertron line too.
Yeah, it's just
And there's two
Siege
versions
is
of him
just
too.
writing on that.
You do know that, right?
Yeah, I do. You
That's
know
a
which
fire. Yeah.
yeah, there's which one I really want, and if they did it, I'll go right away and buy it. They have Grimlock in the Fire Cybertron
Yep.
in his original figure, like his original transformation, which was like a trailer, basically, like an Optimus Prime, right? Hitch. Which one's that?
Oh, these are Bumblebee movie, Soundwave and Ravage.
Oh, okay.
I just picked those up the other day. I was
Nice.
like, y'all keep talking. I didn't want to wait till next week to open these.
No problem. But what I was saying is like that's the Grimlock that I'm hoping for that they come out with. And if they I don't know if the third party have done that one, right? But
Actually, let me just spin this around.
So I'm waiting, I don't know if the third party have done that, but I'm waiting for that specific figure. If that figure ever comes out, I'm definitely all over it. Have you guys? Okay, so Professor D, have you guys seen? Oh, I'm sorry, on YouTube. Have you guys seen the new Deformation Space third party blaster that is coming out right now? It looks pretty good. No, I haven't seen that one as of yet. What about you guys?
I haven't heard of that.
I do not. I don't really follow third-party stuff unless it's like huge news. So whenever people are like, "Did you see the recent Fans Mech Project toy, Kentucky Fried Machine?"
He said Kentucky Fried Machine.
I'm just
I still can't.
I don't even know, man.
Every time they say the KFC line, like that's
exactly.
automatically what I think of.
Yeah,
What does KFC stand for?
I heard Keith's Fantasy Club, apparently.
Okay,
Interesting.
I don't know.
With something original.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not enough that they're dodging Hasbro copyright; they're dodging like KFC copyright too.
So let me ask you a question, Anthony. Since you like Beast Wars,
Yep.
did you get into collecting any of the Transformer Prime Beast Hunters?
No, like I wasn't like as
Calvin did.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I heard good things about those.
Sorry, the reflection of the light there on my screen.
I got the bigger version of those.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that the light doesn't reflect off the. That's the only shitty part. When you keep it in
it's
the box.
vertebrae.
Yeah. I'm surprised Anthony didn't get into this one.
Yeah. Well, I only really collected the things that were on the show, right?
Yeah. No. Actually, okay. So then there's this one here. Then. Nope. Sorry.
So, interesting thing about this Ravage. One of the reasons I wanted to get them as a set too is because he comes with a chunk of Soundwave's gun, like the missile on the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
That's nice. I like the reflector next to it.
Yeah, I was building that earlier.
How much does that cost you?
Oh, it was expensive because it was an exclusive. It's got like extra stuff to help it make a camera. It was like triple digits, but like low triple digits.
Figure looking good.
As compared to the Netflix guy, a little bigger.
So I want to show this one here. This was actually on the show.
Yep, got that guy too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they might do a repaint of Megatron in this?
Oh gosh, that would be nice. Well, they did him in blue, and people were like, "That's a reference to the Blue Dragon Megatron repaint."
Yep.
I'm like, I could see it.
What other one did I do?
Trying to get this a little closer.
I don't want to blow all my load here and show you guys, but
are we not doing phrasing anymore?
Hey, what happened to Jess Moment?
Oh, she's like, she was at work in the morning, so she's just like, I'm going to lie down. I'm tired.
So that's the Jess Moment for today, guys. I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
No, it's funny with
Well,
with the ravages that you have there. There was a post like I think either last year or year before, possibly last year, when they were showing all the different versions of Ravage released. Actually, yeah, Anthony, between the three that you have there, the one in your hand, put him on the left, and then that one that's kind of in the middle. Yeah, keep him in the middle, and the one on the far right, yeah, keep him in the far right. And I'm trying to remember what the joke was in terms of the different variations of the ravages, but it was almost similar to basically like the G1 fans, whereas like, you know, when we first got into that ravage, like, you know, we were kind of young running around and just like little kids, you know, then halfway through, then you have like this other ravage that's kind of like middle aged, and some of us kind of like gained weight, and then you have like this third ravage at the end. You know, where it's like, you know, now we're in our 40s and 50s. It's like, you know, we're looking a little
Ravage.
bigger.
Let's make Baby Ravage, make Christ Ravage.
Yep.
Russian Ravage.
Yeah, where does he fit into this equation? The large humanoid one.
Yeah, where would you fit?
So Russian Ravage is Party Ravage, like, you know, in his 20s.
I was gonna say it's that's the Ravage, like, you know, when you're kind of in your late 40s and you're like, let me go back to the gym.
There you go.
Yeah, straight up. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all this stuff he comes with.
I'm surprised. So I have this one here, Smokescreen.
Ooh, nice.
It's a Japanese version. And I'm surprised they didn't use, this particular mold in a lot of the other Transformers that we see today. Because it's actually a really good mold.
You know what's funny about that?
It's like all sticker detail.
But you know what's funny about that? In the Prime series, he felt like Rodimus Prime to me.
Yeah, straight up. They just like didn't call him Hot Rod.
Like he could have took the Matrix.
Yep.
And he refused.
Because he wasn't responsible like Hot Rod. I mean, like Hot Rod. That was a good one. And then where's the other one that I have?
Wait, that is a good question. Why didn't they put him in the legacy line?
Who's to say they won't?
So I was collecting, like, these are the secrets that I was collecting. Hold on, that's Soundwave. Sorry, my bad.
YouTube says he just got the Legend Scale Ravage along with Shockwave from Walmart yesterday. Bought sculpt and color on. And it also says Shockwave is good, but articulation and alt mode are trash.
Yeah, like I saw Shockwave at the same time, but I skipped out on him because it's weird that they would do the whole B movie line and then just do him as a mini guy.
That's crazy. But here's the other secret line that I really liked.
That's like Thundercracker, right?
No, this one's Skywarp, and then I have Thundercracker and Starscream. But you see, again, going back to would I buy the same thing over and over again? The thing I like about this line here, right? In the cartoon, they had Starscream, like, you know how they split him up in his different personalities. So this is like personality number 1, personality number 2, and 3, and so forth, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, that fits into the cartoon, right? Which I enjoyed watching.
Thing I want to quickly point out about this guy that I didn't realize that I really like. He's got an articulated jaw. You never see that on tiny Ravages.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, it can shut and open.
Nice.
Got the missiles on the side, the big missile pod underneath. It's not shown up too well, but like really nicely detailed and painted for a figure this small.
Oh, speaking of blue Megatron, I have the blue Fallen one.
They're releasing him too again.
Yeah, rumor is he's going to be in Studio Series.
Is he going to be blue or is he going to be red?
Blue.
whatever the movie accurate colors are, because that's what Studio Series is generally about.
And plus, he glows in the dark. No, just kidding.
Oh, really?
No, just kidding.
You know what? That's a really good idea to do for the Fallen, but in his red, in his red color,
Yep.
like his original Opmo, like his original
Oof.
figure, let's just say. And then when you put him in the dark, the red will look like it's firing, but like glowing in the dark kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hasbro, I just gave you guys $1 million idea there.
Mhm.
I want royalties.
But you know what's great though with the I think it's the Transformer Universe ones. They come with like batteries and stuff. I got the Pyroglide one, and you can hit the button. He actually speaks and stuff. Yeah.
You know what? We actually talked about that in again previous shows behind, like, what kind of cool features that that you would like to have on your Transformer. And personally, I would like some of them to have or if I could, at least voice. Just saying something, like, you know what I mean? Like, with Optimus Prime, roll out, right?
This guy had 3 lines in the movie. I'm sure that they could give him some of them.
Exactly.
Right.
For his famous line is what?
Decepticons attack.
Or
Ravage deploy.
exactly, or Autobots inferior, Soundwave, superior.
Oof. I just want to say, this guy is really impressive in person. He's like larger than I was expecting. Let me get the Netflix guy here for comparison. Like, he's bigger than the Netflix guy. He's like really bulky.
Interesting. Yeah, hold on. His transformation is that shuttle looking thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he kind of changes into nothing. Most of the other line, they did a good job with his ultras. He really is just like a pile of stuff. But you're supposed to look like you look like.
I like the figure. I just don't like his transfer. I don't like his alt one.
Yeah. I don't even think I'm going to transform him right now. I just want to get him assembled and show him off. Maybe try and cram Ravage into his chest. So I don't know if this shows up on camera, but he's got like red detailing right underneath his tape deck, and it looks really nice. Like it's just like it's beneath the glass. You can sort of see it around his Decepticon logo there, just like really faintly. I like that because it makes it look like it's not hollow. Because a lot of sound waves, like even this guy right here, you can tell when there's not a tape in there. But this one they put like detailing right under the surface, so it would look like complete looking.
Interesting.
This is just me writing a review live instead.
Okay, I got a question for you guys then. Speaking on that line, so I saw a sale. Well, I saw a 2 package. For Optimus Primal and Cyclonus on the Kingdom line.
Mm-hmm.
For both of them for $62 American.
Ooh, American, huh?
Yeah,
God,
so
I'm
that's
not
like
good at the exchange rate.
That's like $6,602.
Jeez.
Cal was like, "What the hell?" Yeah, we get paid in pesos. Is it worth it?
$62 for 2 figures.
No,
For
but
2
like
Voyagers.
those 2, like those 2 figures themselves. Is it worth it? Like, are those 2 transformation good?
Optimus Primal does have. I think they're both pretty good. I have both of them. You can if you were to say go to childrenofprimus.com and go through my reviews, you will find full reviews and photos of both of them.
Really interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've done both of them. Optimus Primal's kind of a mixed bag. He's got this white paint on his legs that loves to chip and flake, but I've Gundam markered over it now. Cyclonus is real nice. Optimus is up on the shelf, so I can't go get him right now, but like there's the Cyclonus. Real good looking figure. He's got light piping too. Look at that, you can see it glowing from here.
Oh wow.
Nice.
How similar is it to the one that I was showing you with the hot rod in Cyclonus?
Pretty different. Let me grab him because he's also in arm's reach because he's on my Lost Light shelf.
Yeah.
I gave him Drift's sword because he uses a sword in Lost Light.
So Dion on YouTube was asking, how much was the B movie Soundwave? What Decepticons are out or coming out from the B movie that he scales with?
He is whatever a Voyager costs right now. I don't remember what it is offhand.
He's $29.99 here.
Yeah, okay, so just convert that into Canada bucks and you got it figured out.
$60.
$69.99.
Yeah. But right now they're doing all of the prequel people from Bumblebee movie and studio series, so there's a lot of people coming out that he scales with. But if you want to get some of the older studio series guys, like, I'm just like, what do I have in arm's reach? Here he is next to Optimus. Scales well with him. Where's the other Cybertron guys that I have? B127, Cybertron mode Bumblebee, scales with him. I got Cliff Jumper in his car mode right now. Yeah. So he's whatever the standard Voyager price is. So yeah, $29.99 American. Since it's Professor D asking that on YouTube, so that's where he's at. But yeah, this guy's really big. Like he's taller. He's the same height as Optimus, but he's like got more mass than Optimus does.
Interesting.
Yeah. Wonder if I can. If there's a good way.
It's
to
funny, like
his...
we're all quiet because
There
we're
we
all
go.
like concentrated on your figures right now.
I say
There we
that, and we're also kind of slowly wearing out on our energy too. So I would say, you know, maybe by 10:45, we would call it an evening.
Perhaps. This guy's got his ankles.
So D's asking on YouTube, what about B movie Blitzwing? Don't call me Starstream.
Oh yeah. Where's he at? Making me pull all my shelves down. You're gonna hear something. I swear.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I heard there's a thrust,
There is. I do not have him at the moment.
and he's green.
Yeah.
He's green because he's Armada Thrust. Because Thrust was green in Armada.
Is it okay? So, what year did Armada came out? I totally forgot.
2002.
2002. So
Yeah.
those kids that were watching it, let's just say they'd be like 25, 30.
Yeah. The Blitzwing's a great figure, by the way. Like, no matter who he's supposed to be, he looks like a really nice Starscream redesign with like a bit more of a realistic style to him.
I wish what's called the Bay Universe Transformers use those kind of figures or that kind of production when they were making their movies with the Transformers, because those actually
Well, now
look
the
really
new
nice.
movies are.
Oh, I get that, right? But it's like you look back and you're like, damn, I wish they used these ones instead.
This guy's got like a really deep double knee bend. It's like reminds me of his like 3A figure.
So Professor D again is saying, I do have the green thrust. Oh shit, we forgot to take our shots, man.
I took one.
There we go. Green thrust, but I don't know why. Because you had Tom in your hand, and you bought him. That's why. You were
So his
bored,
gun-
and you know.
His gun
And you were-
elevates.
Sorry.
I was just point out his shoulder gun elevates. G1 Soundwave can't do that. You can put it up in like Megatron mode.
That you blast right off. Oh, I have some good news. I kind of fixed my corner a little bit, where I'm gonna hopefully move my studio. Give me a break. My little corner to start filming, I guess, or start talking to you guys. So I don't know if I can. If you want to blow, give me one screen. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's blurry, but I can see it. That looks lovely.
Mhm.
So I have like some new stuff, and then like my G kind of like new half G1, half new, then G1, and then some of the bigger stuff, and then my Omega Supreme right at the
Oh,
very
wow.
top there. Right. So hopefully I'm going to be having my little corner, and so my desk will face that corner, and then so I can have my little display in the back, because I look too trim and proper with the stuff that I have behind me, right? I feel like does anybody like to have some tea? Right, so some Energon tea. All right.
Oh, okay, so that's interesting. So on Soundwave's instructions, they show how to use Ravage's stuff. So you're supposed to pop this little missile out that he has here, and
Dang.
stick it on the end of Soundwave's gun, so that he has his like toy style missile launcher.
Man, if that was from the 80s, there would have been a button on it, and then that thing will shoot out and poke somebody in the eye.
Yeah, probably. I'm not gonna try Soundwave's transformation. I'm gonna see if I can figure out Ravage's. It looks pretty complicated. See if I can get him into his box mode to stick in his chest. All right.
So we got D here again. Omega on top, better than cherries. I agree.
Yeah.
That's my cherry on top there. All right. I got an appointment tomorrow, guys.
No. No appointments tomorrow.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So, do you guys want to start wrapping things up a little bit? Because I have
Yeah, for sure.
a chiropractor appointment tomorrow,
Oh.
so I'm gonna get cracking.
Oh, shit. Slowly turning into RoboCop, huh?
Pretty much.
Oh, boy.
They
You know,
call you Murphy.
yeah. If I shave my head, maybe I look like him.
Mhm.
You know what, Mike? You know what? Damn you, Mike, because I'll tell you why. Okay? Because they're like, they're looking at like, so Mike and I are like, we're the both top guys here, and they're like saying, yin and yang here. So now I gotta shave my head now.
Mm. Well, but I mean, yin and yang. So I got the shaved head. You just got to keep growing your hair.
Okay.
Well, this coming Friday, I got to get my hair cut because usually I shave my own, like I cut my own hair.
Mm.
And the last time I cut it was like 3 months ago. Like I had a fro.
Okay.
Like look, I had a fro like back in December, at the end of December into January. I had a fro.
You're busting out
You
that
know what?
80s look.
It's cool
Yeah.
for the winter. Keeps your head warm.
It does. It does. You know what? It's funny because a friend of mine, because sometimes I work outside, right? And a friend of mine, and like I was like so cold, and a friend of mine told me, grow a beard, like grow it, like really grow it. And it was like I started doing that, like, what was it, 5 years ago, when it was like in style to have that big long beard kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Like
And
the Rick Ross beards.
Yeah, you know what, man? It was true. It kept me warm, but it's hard to maintain.
And then the birds fly in it and make nests and stuff.
Yeah. And you can't kick it out because then animal services is gonna come after you, right? So it's like,
Yep.
to the endangered species, leave it alone. Okay, fuck. All right.
No, I got some out of town work this week, so I just cut back on the sweat. Just did the nice shave earlier today.
Nice, especially with this weather that we've been having lately.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired about that, guys. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with everybody here. I think that's one of the reasons why Sundays for me has been getting a little harder. Because I'm coming from work, but it's the weather that's just freaking pulling
It
me
drains
down,
you.
man.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
It's the same here. It's We have rain turn to snow.
Mhm.
And now we got rain mixed with snow right now.
That was us for last night.
Mhm.
So, hey, you know what, Calvin? You're a Canadian, man, because you basically live in Minnesota, and Minnesota is that's part of Canada.
Actually, and if I go past Pine City,
Mhm.
I'll be in Canada.
See, there you
Okay.
go. And you watch hockey.
50-50. I like nature. Yes.
You still watch.
Like-
Give me a break. And you drink your
Like I
Molson
said,
beer.
I would take some Badgers and some Wolverines and some links to maul some people.
See?
That's what I want to do.
There you go.
You want to put headphones on you so you can take part?
All right. Uh-oh. Do we hear Jess? Is Jess going to come to her Jess moment? Jess, you made it for your Jess moment.
Yeah.
You have a
Go
big
ahead, Jess.
fucking head. Every goddamn time I have to use your headphones, I have to adjust them. It's so goddamn fucking.
It's for my huge brain because I'm so smart.
It's true.
All right,
Hi.
Jess. This is your Jess moment. Take it away.
Have you ever heard of the movie Terrifier with Art the Clown? No?
I haven't.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I just saw this woman hanging upside down in this movie, and I went from this is a boring movie to what the fuck is happening right now? Because they had this woman, this blonde woman, buck-ass naked, hanging
sounds
there from chains, her legs up and the rest of her hanging down, and you see that he starts cutting her, and I'm like, oh, he's going to cut off her leg or something. He cut her from punani to sternum.
I did not expect you just
I'm going to tell you why.
Somebody what I just saw, because I was like, what is happening here? And you see guts falling and blood everywhere, and she's shaking her head. I'm like, you're dead. You're dead by your stomach.
Hey, just picture a scene from Mortal Kombat. It's fun.
It was.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that was your Just moment. From your panani to your stirrup.
But you know what he said, right? He said he like his women. He said he's like his lady in half. That's basically what he said.
He certainly likes mutilating women from the movies. I just needed to share that because I was like, who cuts from a vagina? Okay, I'm really tired. I had 2 hours of sleep. I just really needed to share this moment.
And that's on Shudder?
Once again, on Children
I watched
of Promise.
this on
Tubi.
Oh, on Tubi.
Oh, I have Tubi. I think Shudder is pretty good too.
I had Shudder. I need to get it again. I don't have it for right now. Anyway, I'm gonna take off the headphones. Look, they're back to normal size, and now for Anthony, it needs to be this fucking big because his head's ginormous. Okay, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Connie to sternum.
And that was she said. So Anthony, good for you. It's on record. You got a big head.
From the mouths of babes.
So that was brought to you on Children of Primus.
Exclusive
On Children of Primus.
Yep.
That was your just moment.
My dear Jessica.
Okay, so I guess we don't have to do a murder prime. So
she could fill that role.
No, we're gonna keep her as just moment, and then we'll do a murder prime.
But you do know they have a movie like that, right? With Transformers that actually killing people.
Yeah, well, that was that whole thing, Dark of the Moon, right?
They actually got a movie that actually got Transformers killing people. Yeah, it's a movie out, and that shit was funny as hell.
What movie was that?
I forgot the name of it. It was on the Sci-Fi Channel, but it was like these things came out of space, and it was turned into stereos, trucks, cars, people getting in the car, and the damn thing cutting them up.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, no. So Calvin,
I gotta look that one up.
Yeah. So Calvin, we're gonna tell Calvin. So we have a segment called Murder Prime, and we in that segment we just go off and we just murder prime whatever we're talking. Like it could be a toy, like it could be a specific figure, it could be a movie, like anything that's Transformer related, right?
Another YouTube account.
Yeah, like it could be some
bad
yeah,
reviews.
Exactly. Anything that's Transformer related that we hate, we murder it. So we call it Murder Prime. And then people are wondering where do we got Murder Prime from? It's from Transformer movies when Optimus Prime said kill them all. So yep, that's our screen caption in the background.
Should have just like popped that up when Jess started talking.
Yes.
Right. So we haven't done a Murder Prime in a while. We need to start bringing that back. Especially when we're tired like this. I think this is where like the best expressions will come out of our mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that could lead to some legalities too. So yeah, you have to be careful.
What are they gonna do? Sue me for my Transformers?
No, because once the channel hits like 1 million subscribers and and like things branch off and everything, then be like, remember back in like 2022 when he said this?
Just want to say, while Chris was telling us about this movie, I did figure out Ravage, so he's up in his chest now.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
It's got the proper pop out thing. He's crammed in there tight, but they did something clever here. And I've never seen another Soundwave do this. If you want, you can undo his backpack, and he's there from the back too.
Interesting.
And you can just, push him out front to like get him out.
Wait a minute. They took that idea from the G1 Soundwave because in the back of the Soundwave, you were able to slide it open.
Back.
No, it was a slider with a cover that you slide open. I wish I had my Soundwave here, and that's where you put his guns because he turned into batteries.
Right, but you couldn't. But you couldn't access the front door. Like
no, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. I'm not. But I'm saying they kind of took that concept, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
You guys didn't know about that, except for Mike and I.
Oh, I knew about that. You showed it on a previous show.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I like that feature on this guy because that means if this gets like stuck in there too tightly, you can just like pop it out the back.
That makes sense.
True.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that was like, was that our Murder Prime? Because that sucked.
I'm
gonna Murder Prime. This Murder Prime. This Murder Prime sucked, guys. Come on, we gotta do better.
Well, I can't complain. I've just opened.
That was the whole point. You're supposed to complain, right? All right, guys.
D says, should we switch back to Friday nights because y'all are falling to sleep?
No,
hey man, I ain't gonna lie. I was out this whole weekend finding figures and fighting with goddamn Target ass, stupid ass policies, man. So
okay, there we go. There we go. There's some Murder Prime right there. Keep on going.
That's a Murder Prime right there.
So to me, I was like, damn. I'm like, man, y'all telling me stuff discontinued, and it just came out. I'm like, how can you get some, and it discontinued, and then I go to another Target, ain't nothing on the shelves. It's like the dude told me. He said, well, we had 4 trucks this week, but we're not able to get no one back there to take the stuff out onto the floor. And I'm like, yeah.
Well, I heard you guys. I heard in the state. Well, it's in Canada too, but there's a lot of shortage when it comes to workers. So they may not have literally somebody in the back to hire, or like someone working, or they didn't able to hire somebody to do all the stock, right?
Bruh.
Okay.
I walked in this store for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same stuff. You walk into the store, bro. You had 5 trucks. I count the trucks. So within this 2 weeks, they had 5 trucks. And they got the stuff in the back. They don't want to bring it out. I said, okay, so if you got the case back there, bring out the case. We can't do that.
So here's a solution. Why don't you soprano those trucks, and you don't have
So,
anything to worry about after?
and you know what's funny? That we had a tech guy
Mhm.
telling me this, dude. That sounds kind of strange. And then this girl that worked for Target said, well, my dad stole some stuff in the past. He went to jail. I says, oh,
What?
now it's lining up. So y'all motherfuckers out here stealing figures.
Like I said, soprano.
Fell off the back of a truck.
So this is what we're facing here. And that's why I said I had to go all the way to Lakeville, Minnesota. I used to live out there. They have 3 Targets in that district. And I can go to each one of those Targets. I will walk out with something. Just like I walked out with Optimus Prime.
How far of a drive that is?
35 minutes to 40.
Oh, that's dedication.
35 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, but you know what? That's I mean, when we think of like Toronto, that's an average drive to anywhere. Like like anywhere you're going, it's at least 30, 35 minutes. So it's not like, you know, it's not like you're out in the boondocks. Although if you're going non-rush hour traffic, you can get into a different city in 45 minutes.
Okay, but that's the key thing. It's the traffic, right? That's the key thing. And so you, like, for us, Calvin, like if I was gonna go to, let's just say, Walmart in North York, that's one of the boroughs of Toronto, right?
Yeah.
And I decide to go to Scarborough, then it will take me about 30, 40 minutes to get there, because if I'm taking the highway, especially the 401, during, let's just say, at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, which you don't do.
Exactly. You stay away from that stuff, man. Like that's like the Matrix. You know how they tell you to stay off the highway when you're on the Matrix?
Yeah.
Right? It's the same thing in Toronto. You don't go on the highway. And because of that, there's tons of people that don't want to go on the highway. So all the other streets they're all jammed as well too, right? So it takes about 30, 40 minutes from North York to go to Scarborough, right?
Funny, I find the mindset different within different parts of the city, because then there's a lot of people that will go on the highway, and I'm like, but there's already like thousands of people already stuck on here. Why are you adding to it? And it's like, you know, like driving with someone else, and it's like, yeah, you know, we'll go to this side of the city. Let's take the highway. I'm like, why? Why would you take the highway? Like, it took us an hour and a half just to get across within the same city. Like, you could have just taken the main road. It would have taken us 30 minutes.
And that's why you got to make friends at the local Walmart for us. You know, I guess GameStop or any of the comic book shops. What other Transformer place we can think of?
Mom and pop stores.
Yeah, those are like the comic book shops, right?
Yep.
And that's why you got to know somebody in there.
Yeah, I do. I'm like Dr. Strange. I walk into the store. I come to bargain.
Yep.
Okay, you know what? I got a question for you then. When you go into are you able to bargain like in the Walmarts or Target, whatever, like where you live?
Yeah, I go in there. Look, I come to bargain. What do you have for me in the store? So I can get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
So you're okay. Hold on. Let me make this clear. So, for example, let's just say I want to pick up, I don't know. I'm just gonna grab a figure, man. If I wanted to pick up these 2 things, let's just say, right?
Yep.
And I don't know, one's 10, one's 15, and I say, listen, I'll give you $13. Can I get it out of here?
You could if it's on sale. If it's on sale, yeah, they will honor that sale. If it's under the wrong bin number or the sales plate and it's sitting there, you can get it for that price.
Okay. See here, I know what you're saying, because we talked about this where I had a whole bunch of stuff on on a rack, and it was the wrong product on the wrong pricing. The thing with us is that we really got to fight for that. Like, we got to really bitch about it, otherwise they won't do it.
Wow.
We talked about, like I said this from another show, right? You know, like for example, like this cell phone stand thing, right? And it was on a shelf with 10 other packages just like that, right? For this price. And when I went to go grab, they're like saying, "Oh, it's another price." I'm like, "What are you talking about? This thing was supposed to be $30. Now you're charging me $59.99 for this. Like, what's going on here?" And I literally had a fight, and it took me about an hour and a half. But I stayed for that 1 hour and a half because I wanted to murder prime that shit and make a point and saying, "Fuck this! You guys should have, stocked your stocks, your shelf correctly, right? So you don't run into these problems." So you're telling me at the Walmart where you guys live in the States, you can go in there, you find something on the wrong shelf, hey man, you have to honor it, and they do it just like that?
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck me, man.
Dude, one of the guys just posted, the Coordination Star Scream?
Yeah.
Our Walmart's just marking that shit down to $27.
Ooh.
God.
While Target is like $50 fucking dollars.
Do you guys price match there as well?
Fuck yeah.
Have you noticed, Spin and Anthony? A lot of the places now, they don't want to do price matching.
I don't even bother with it anymore because the thing about price matching is if you look at the product, especially when it comes to food items, if it's a slight variation, it doesn't count. So it's like you could look at two boxes and be like, well, this box in store A is $10. You guys are selling, give it to me. You guys are selling it for $20. Give it to me for $10. And we're like, well, no, look at the box closely. One's like 800 milligrams. Ours is like 798 milligrams. So they're like, it's two different products. We won't match it.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the struggles that we have here in Canada, Kelvin. That's why I was saying originally, I'm not promoting it, I'm not suggesting it, but I'm just saying, get us to prime that shit, man.
Man, trust me. Like I just said, this store over here the Target by my house, their ass is toast tomorrow. I'm sending Hasbro fucking email. I'm gonna show them pictures and say, you look, I told you this before, like with the Spider-Man figures.
Mm-hmm.
I reported to Hasbro, and that's why everybody getting all these Spider-Man figures now, because I said it don't make any sense that if you got 9 online at your store, why can't I get one? Because we couldn't get the symbiote Spider-Mans.
That's crazy.
They were scalping the hell out of them.
Yeah. See, when I hate saying this, man, because it's like anytime. Okay, I'll give you an example, right? So I walked into Volkswagen one time because I was thinking of buying another Volkswagen vehicle, right? And I kid you not, I walked in there and into that dealership, and I just saw everybody there on their computer playing friggin' solitary.
Wow.
Right. And I'm there with my son, and I'm walking around, and I'm literally looking at, some of their SUVs that they had, right? Because, now my family's getting bigger and so forth, right? And I'm like literally standing there going over that vehicle, and I purposely stayed for about 30 to 40 minutes. Not one person came to me. Not one person at all came to me. Okay. And I'm like really? Because if I was a salesperson, I would have been on me like this, right?
Right.
And so I did a complaint on Facebook, right? On Volkswagen Facebook page. And the reply back that I got was, "Oh, we're sorry that you experienced something like that, and we'll try not to do that again."
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I would have been so fucking hot.
So basically, just we're sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, get lost.
Yeah. And it's like, this is the reason why here, for me personally, I prefer, if I could, buy a Volkswagen, a brand new Volkswagen from a mom and pop shop, because at least they'll give me that service and that courtesy, and if there's a complaint, they'll do something about it. But whenever you shop any of the big brand, it's always a struggle, man. It's like you literally got to fight. You got to be a bastard. You got to be a bastard in order to look like I was falling there. You got to be a bastard in order to get something. And then for me, I'm not a person that can be so mean like that, and it drains you after, right?
Yep.
And it's like, do you really want to go through something like this all the time in order to get something? And this is how I feel about certain Transformers. Like, I used to love going to Walmart or to Toys R Us or whatever. Oh, that's the other store. I forgot. Toys R Us, and do those hunts. And we've talked about this already, right? And that's the whole fun part. Now they got shit. They got nothing, or they got everything in the back, like you were saying before, Calvin, and they don't want to bring it out. And so now you got to do everything online. And where's that personal connection? Talking face to face and going out and going for that drive, bringing your son or your daughter, whatever it is, right? To have that moment, that bonding moment, right? I don't know. That's my murder prime for the day, I guess.
Yeah, because I 2 weeks ago we had that fucking Walmart had their little Comic Con or some shit online. You get figures. So I went to go click on it. I couldn't even get Buzz off. I couldn't get him. Yeah, I was like sitting there clicking on it. He sold out. I said, how in the fuck this figure? It just popped up at 7:00. How's it sold out? So I went back again. So
yeah, probably had 5. That's it.
No. It's the bots. The bots won't let you get it. They'll block you. That's what's going on. When you click, it'll say your basket is empty, or you can't purchase at the time. Those are bots.
Okay, hold on. Are you seeing like scalpers that use those bot program to buy everything right away? Yeah. Are you talking about like those kind of bots? Okay, I know what you mean.
You can buy it. You can buy those, right?
Yeah. But how do you fight that? And is it worth it? If you're a corporation, think about it for a second. If you're a corporation and you got these bots buying all these things off of you right away, what do you care? Because you're collecting money. Do you actually fight against that technology, or do you embrace it as a corporation?
But don't you know what can hurt them? Competition. People don't think about this.
Okay, elaborate.
And what I mean by this, let's say, for example, you out of a certain Pacific Optimus Prime, you want it so bad. And you find that KFC has the same Optimus Prime, bigger, more accessories, realistic. Which one do you want? The realistic one, or the one that is going to break down on you, or over a period of time you keep fucking with it, it's going to peel away, it's going to break apart, and all those kind of things. Which one do you really want?
Okay, I see your point, but let me add this other point of view. What about if you're a type of collector, you just only want like Hasbro or Takara and forget about the third party?
Well, you can order from Japan. You can order from Singapore. You never thought about that too, did you?
Well, the one that I ordered from China, it was a knockoff, right? So,
hey, you know what? I ain't gonna knock you for that, because, like I said, sometimes better figures come from the major manufacturer. You could be getting a variant. You could be getting a different model from the one that you got. You never know what you're getting.
Now, okay, so going back to what I was saying before, as a collector, right? Do those third parties have value?
Some of them do. Some of them may not. Just like with Hasbro, it's still 50-50. You can probably get a figure, take out the box, it may fall apart. You're still taking a chance.
The laugh in the background that was like perfect timing.
But I'm just saying, it's just like you sticking a hand, you sticking your hand in a beehive.
Okay, so here's my follow-up question to that then. As a collector, which third-party brand do you recommend that holds value? And when I say hold value, I'm talking about like resales and stuff like that.
It depends who makes the best figure. Because now everybody's gonna make the same Megatron gun mode figure.
No, I see what your point is, but sometimes you know how I don't know. Like if I was gonna buy an electric vehicle, obviously I'd rather go buy a Tesla before I go buy a Volkswagen. Let's just say.
And then I thought
Right.
he started cutting her, and I pressed play, and he went all the way down to her chin, and he only stopped because the other girl was getting away. Like, and then they ended up in a friggin' garage, and then she started beating him with a 2x4, and it was like something out of like Injustice, like the side scroller video game shit.
Why are you still watching
This
this?
was fucking hilarious.
It's a just moment.
So funny. She like beat the shit out of him with a 2x4.
Man, you got a violent woman on your hands, bro. Let the torturement continues.
Yeah. I'd be sleeping with one eye open.
He cut her from the punani to chin.
Yes.
Fatality to chin now, eh? Wow.
Fatality. Yeah.
I feel like that reggae songs. You know that reggae song?
We have the wrap up for the night.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say, Anthony, do you have any follow up on what we were just saying?
Regarding
third party values, stuff like that.
Oh, just I don't do third party because it's expensive. I just get this mainline stuff. I don't get stressed if I can't get something in particular, because if it passes me by, I just kind of go whatever.
Okay, I understand that point, but what I'm saying as a collector.
Something's funny as hell.
I'm done.
Well, the whole concept of that movie, it's I'd be laughing too. Like, what is this?
Okay. No, I was like, what I was saying again, Anthony. Like, if you were, let's just say, collecting third party.
Yeah.
What do you like? Because there's quite a few of them out there. What do you think of the third party as a collector? What would you favor? Because their figures tend to hold value, like in resale and so forth.
Like which company?
Yeah, do you have a preference?
Yeah, I always like Mastermind Creation stuff because it's more or less mainline scale and is compatible with generations. They made that really good Tarn figure. They made that really good Lost Light Hot Rod figure. So I think I'd go with them. They recently made a full-sized Rung that I've kind of been looking at too.
Sorry, what? Can you repeat the last one?
They recently made a full-sized version of Rung that I've been looking at too.
Oh, okay.
This guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the guys that I would probably be going after.
Okay.
I've just been trying to get this absolute nothing of an alternate mode to work this whole time.
You talking about the ship mode? Yeah, you turn it to a ship.
Yeah.
Would you say shit mode?
Yeah, you turn it to a ship.
Fuck. Like, you know what? You see that's so sad, man. It's such a good robot figure, but it's op mode as shit.
Yeah, and the rest of them weren't like this. Like I've seen the other alternate modes they came up with; they worked out pretty well. Ratchet's a lunar crawler. Wheeljack is just another one of these guys. Bronze a drill tank. Like generally they worked. It's just this guy that they kind of dropped the ball on.
you know, like
I think next week's show should be just be a full Murder Prime segment.
you think so?
Yep.
Yeah, like there's a lot we're going to have to talk about.
Here, I'll show you one of ship mode here, okay? But I still like the figure. Like the Soundwave Beast Hunter.
Oh,
Hey, I like that figure.
No, but you know what? When I say ship, because they put these little things on here because, you know, it makes it more of a hunter, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a claw dude, man.
You know, but if you take that stuff off, you know, it's not bad. It's not a bad alt mode,
Right.
right? But
so I'm done. Apparently, this is it.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Crab mode.
What is that?
A piece of
People have been calling it a
blue.
crab because it's got the two claws up front.
That
Yeah.
is what it looks like.
You know
I-
what?
you know
though?
what? What?
I got some cool theories on this.
What?
All right, let's hear it.
You know how in Beast Wars you got tarantulas and what's the other scavenger dude? Whatever his name is.
Inferno?
And not Inferno. The
Rampage?
Okay. Tarantulas. He's like a scientist, right?
Yeah.
Does it remind you of somebody?
Yeah.
Are you seeing?
I always
Shockwave?
thought tarantulas reminded me of Bombshell.
Well, okay. What's the other spider? That's another one that was on there on the show.
Black Arachnia?
Black Arachnia.
Not Black Naragnia. The other dude. Shit. The one Death Charge was fighting or whatever. I can't think of dude's name because I think Death Charge was Ultra Magnus.
Oh, Rampage, you mean?
Rampage, yeah,
The giant crab man.
yeah. That's what his transformation kind of reminds me of.
Yeah, a little bit. I could see them doing that. A funny thing was, before this figure was even out, an artist online did a digibash just of redoing him as Perceptor, and he did one thing to his alternate mode, which was he took this gun and mounted it here, so it looked like a tank, and it instantly made the whole thing make more sense. But you can't actually do that on the figure.
Right.
Stick a gun there, it instantly has like form, you know.
That's hilarious. You know you know those videos that I sent you guys? Those funny
Yeah,
Transformer-
the out of context. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just kind of reminded me when you said Perceptor. You know, when it said all about roll out, and then Perceptor transform into his op mode, and then he's like rolling out. Right.
It's third tank mode.
Exactly.
And,
All right, guys.
Yes. What do you have lined up for this week?
Yeah.
The actual review that's coming Monday is of
we did
I
Anthony
opened on
Buckshot.
stream, which is Kingdom Tracks.
Ooh,
Nice.
This is a weird angle. I just wanted to get everything in the light.
You just wanted
Hello.
a butt shot. That's all.
You know, gotta put some fan service into the show too.
That's true.
Yeah. So Tracks, the Kingdom guy. That's going to be tomorrow's review. After that, I don't know. Like, I got a list, right? I usually decide tomorrow what the next thing I'm writing up is because of the process that I write these in. Maybe I'll do a Studio Series Wreck-Gar. Maybe I'll skip ahead and do this guy. Just one
Prime
every
Master.
Monday on childrenprimus.com.
Cool.
Do you have anything special for Friday?
No, I don't have the spoons to write something brand new. That's not going to be an all the time thing. That's going to be like a one a month thing, maybe.
Okay. So, I know I always get into that tangent of, you know, we have the classified site. 3, use it.
Mhm.
You know, on
That's not
children.
a tangent. That's essential info.
You know, on childrenofprimus.com. And, you know, if you want to sell something, you know, all you have to do is just post it, show it, talk about it. if you want to get really fancy, you can put a price tag on it too, right? You can say it's new or used. You can say it's open box or closed box. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Yeah. So yeah, there's that classifieds that I was just kind of talking about, but I'm not gonna go on a tangent. I'm not gonna go, too long of a tangent and tell you. No, hold on. I'm not done yet. And it's free. Use it. And it's at childrenofprimus.com. And yeah. So I'm not gonna go on a tangerine or a tangerine, whatever you want to call it. A
tangerine dream.
Tomato, right? Calvin, what's up with you, brother?
Oh man, I think this week I done got everything I need to get though for Transformers.
That's good.
But the whole thing of it is I'm going back to collecting Beast Wars Neo.
Oh, that's a good line. What do I got from that? I'm just gonna aim my camera up here.
Now you know why I said
Because they have an iguanas in that line that's who they should have put in the legacy line.
Okay,
he's
so
an actual iguana, like a big long ass lizard.
Those are my 3 Beast Wars Neo guys. That's the Encore Big Convoy they just did.
Yep, the elephant one.
Yeah, the elephant one. He's a great figure. And then vintage Stampy in the middle, the little guy. He changes into a rabbit. And Heinrad, who changes into a Tanuki. And that alarm clock can work. I took the batteries out of it because the ticking was actually kind of annoying. But yeah, he's got a full working alarm clock in his chest.
Wow. Wait, what? The one just before, what does he transform into?
This guy changes into a rabbit. You can see his ears hanging out of his hands.
Let me see. The one after?
Does it say what's up, Doc?
Yeah.
That's the buffalo, right? The bison?
Yeah, this guy. That's Big Convoy. He changes into a woolly mammoth. He's got a huge gun that he's just holding up there.
Okay, I
great figure. Like, this isn't. All right.
Yeah, I thought I heard you say he changes into a Snooki.
Oh yeah, Snooki. Yeah, I heard that too. What's a Snooki?
Yeah.
Are you talking about?
Oh no, this guy. This guy Heinrad, he changes into a Tanuki. It's like a raccoon type thing.
It's a raccoon in Japanese.
Oh, a Tanuki.
Yeah, you can see Tanuki. Yeah, they're like brown instead of white and black. They're raccoon-esque. I was gonna just say raccoon, but then I'm like, no, it's not strictly correct. It's a Tanuki.
Yeah, the cartoon is pretty damn good though. The anime.
Yeah, I got an anime in the 90s, which I have not actually watched, so I'll trust your word for that.
The Dinobots in that series, so gorgeous. I got one of them, and they got another one, which is I think it's a purple, or I think it's like a Strichosaurus. He's like one of those Triceratops, the one that got the long horn.
Yeah, Guile Dart.
I got him, Guile Dart, but it's another dude that's bigger than him, and I seen it on eBay, and I said, "Ooh."
You're pointing at the Transformer, and you're looking right at it. Turn the camera so we can see what you're looking at.
It's sitting right here. Look, it's sitting right there. That's it right there.
Yeah. Love that box.
Okay.
Destron. That's the faction.
Yep, that's the Triceratops though.
Yeah, Guile Dart.
Yep.
I had because they repainted these guys for Beast Machines back in the day and just re-released them. I had the American re-release of that. It was like a darker brown.
So Calvin, I'm gonna give you the same favor like I said to D. If you need help moving stuff around or finding things, let me know.
You know how much those things cost?
I'm just saying, right?
They're like $80 to $100 a piece.
we Jada Finch
American.
people, we like to help each other out, if you know what I mean.
So I
Or
do have the
or help
Galvatron.
ourselves.
I have him in the dragon mode. Like he's like turning 4 different things. And then I got the Leo Prime. I have him.
You know what? I wouldn't mind getting a Leo Prime. I've seen a few of them online, and I'm like, you know what? That's a nice
little
figure.
Robot Masters one they did a few years later. Where is he? He's all over. There he is.
Yeah.
Like the original's like a big
Yeah.
guy. He's like ultra size, but they did a shrunken version for Robot Masters. Looks the same, it's just smaller. Yeah, it's a nice figure. It changes into a white lion.
Yeah, no, I want the bigger one because, like, you know how the head's it's on the shoulder.
I have that one. I have the bigger version of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
really
literally just this but larger with actual firing missiles instead of molded guns. That's the only other difference.
So there you go. So going back on my tangerine,
Tangerines. Vitamin C.
you can get your DVDs on Children of Primus classified site if you want to watch those anime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone wants to sell it, and we're talking about the original package that comes in, that you buy at a store. We're not talking about stuff that you uploaded and then burn it onto a blank
my
CD.
goodness.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
It is coming down out here, dude.
Oh, it's raining over there or snowing?
Wow, we're getting snow and rain. It's coming down.
Oof,
Welcome to
biblical.
Canada.
I was telling my neighbor, I said 6 months, I'm out of here.
Texas, baby. Spin.
Yes.
I want to go to Florida. That's what I want.
Florida, Texas, man.
They got land. They got land with no income behind it. With no state income behind, so that's good.
That's Texas, the same thing too.
Yep.
So there you go. And you can open up an account with a gun and a JD bottle, man, that you get.
This is what I got to deal with in the morning.
Oh boy.
Wow.
And it's not even sticking at all, period.
Nice.
Man.
But thank God.
All right, Spin.
But thank God I don't have to get up in the morning because I got to be. Yeah.
So let's wrap it up here. So Spin, you got something to say to wrap it up?
Professor D is saying, peace out, homies. I'll see y'all next week. And he's saying that it just started raining hard where he is as well.
Oh, wow.
So,
right.
Yeah, I would say, thank you to Calvin and to Bill earlier, for jumping in the show and for all the comments as usual, and and for the funky sound wave.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like just gonna walk forward on these 2 little crab legs with his guns, like I don't know.
Play the funky sound wave music.
I don't even like the other modes are fine, so I don't even care. This is just like he's got to change into something again.
Anthony, we're trying to wrap it up so we can get off, man.
Yeah, I know. Well, the thing I always say is make sure you're having fun with your hobby. If you're not having fun, go find something that makes you happy for your own sake.
Very true.
That's the words I like to leave. I like to leave people on some version of that.
Why am I just thinking of like whatever movie that Jess is watching? Like that's
All right, guys. ChildrenofPrimus.com. Reviews, news, classify, use it. What the hell, man? What's wrong with you people? Anyways, let's wrap it up. Thank you very much.
Next week will be Murder Prime. Yes.
Murder Prime for next week. We're bringing that back with just a moment as well.
Yes.
Peace out.
Peace.